Hello everyone and welcome. We are live on Abu Dhabi Sports 2 for one of the biggest nights of the UAE footballing calendar, the EmaarSuperCup. Two of the UAE's top teams going head-to-head in a one-off match for a very prestigious trophy. Tonight and for this season, it's the two teams that finished first and second in the ADNOC Pro League last season. Champions Shabab Al Ahli against Sharjah. Shabab Al Ahli going for a record 8th UAE Super Cup win. Sharjah hoping for their third. We have full coverage for you tonight. We will be crossing live to the Al Maktoum Stadium very shortly as well. In the studio with me, though, of course, we have UAE footballing legend and two-time Super Cup winner Ibrahim Diaki, and the walking encyclopedia of UAE football as well, Pedro Correa. I'll get the thoughts of both of our gentlemen here in the studio very shortly. But firstly, let's cross live to the Al Maktoum Stadium where our very own Amy Gillingham is there, and she's going to give us the lowdown on the build-up to the match tonight that we always look forward to during the season. Amy, are you there for us in Dubai? What's the atmosphere like? It's always a special night, the Super Cup.
Good evening from the Al Maktoum Stadium for one of the biggest nights of the season. Shabab Al Ahli face Sharjah in the most played fixture that the Super Cup has ever seen. Shabab Al Ahli, they arrive searching for more history in their 11th Super Cup final. Also trying to claim their 8th title in all-time history. They are the team to beat here tonight. They are the favourites coming into this game with all the wealth of that history. Although Sharjah, on the other hand, they are no stranger to this competition. Their 5th time in the final, and also they've already claimed the trophy twice, so they'll be searching for number 3 here tonight. Of course, this is the 4th meeting between the two. The biggest fixture that this tournament has ever seen. Sharjah and Shabab Al Ahli, it's almost fate. They always seem to meet in this cup final. Sharjah, they won back in 2019, but dominance quickly turned to Shabab Al Ahli as they returned with a win in 2021 and also a win back in 2023. A big game, of course. Paulo Sousa and Jose Moraes meeting once more this season. They met back on the 2nd game of the season. It was a 0-0 draw. Shabab Al Ahli and Al Wada, of course, now Jose Moraes wreathed in white and blue. A huge game and his biggest test of the season so far. Only his 2nd game in charge with Sharjah. Is a big test, but I'm sure he'll be putting absolutely everything into this match here tonight. I actually met with him earlier on in the week. He's ready. He's already made a couple of changes with Sharjah, and I'm sure this really could be a new era for that Sharjah team. Now, Shabab Al Ahli, on the other hand, Paulo Sousa, he knows how to win this title and trophy. He's already done it once before, back in 2024. He's got a well-oiled team, a lot of experience. He knows the players inside and out. He also knows the Sharjah squad inside and out, having faced them on a number of occasions. So it's either a new era, or is it the well-oiled team with all that experience that could just have the edge here tonight? It's history, it's momentum, and it's silverware. The EmaarSuperCup is only moments away, so everybody make sure you stay tuned.
Thank you very much, Amy Gillingham there, live for us at the Al Maktoum Stadium. We'll be crossing back to her during the evening. She'll also get us all the reaction as well after the final whistle when we get our new champions. Thank you very much, Amy Gillingham. She's absolutely right as well. It is a bit of a battle tonight between what we know, the reigning champions Shabab Al Ahli, and a very new look Sharjah with a new boss. We'll be talking about that. But let's talk to Ibrahim first. You've won this title twice. It's a significant one as well. What does it mean? All the different trophies you can win during the season. What does the Super Cup mean to these players?
Yeah, it's a very important cup. You know, winning the Super Cup is just the confirmation of your leadership. And two teams coming head-to-head today. What a game! And Shabab Al Ahli, they did a great season last year, and also so Sharjah also. And I feel like today we will see a great show. And you know, Graham, the Super Cup is something that the players, I cannot even explain. When you win it, the joy, the happiness that you have, because you are sure and that you confirming again that you did a great season. So the two teams, it will be a very difficult game, but I'm sure we will see a lot of great actions.
Pedro, it's a fascinating one, the EmaarSuperCup, because they haven't played to get into it. They haven't had like knockout rounds or anything. It's a one-off game, but it guarantees that two of the biggest clubs in the country will be playing each other for a trophy. It's a fascinating arrangement, isn't it?
It's a very specific fixture, I agree with you. It's a final match, and regardless of what we can say, especially now before the kickoff, when it comes down to it, things can go in a very different way from what we have predicted. Yeah. This is true for this EmaarSuperCup final, and it's true for any match in the UAE Pro League scene. It's highly unpredictable, and that is something that I believe it's good for the competitions and the overall. Getting back to this match in particular, I think it's intriguing. It's intriguing because of Sharjah, not as much because of Shabab Al Ahli. From Shabab Al Ahli, we know what we can expect. A team that is having I have a tough time even to find adjectives to describe their defensive performance this season, because they only conceded 1 goal in the ADNOC Pro League. If it's not a Guinness World of Record, I don't know what it is. So defensively, a very solid side, a very consistent side, a very compact side. Offensively, they are struggling due to injuries, of course. And of course, on top of that, Sardar Azmoun.
Exactly.
They are lacking some firepower up front, and sometimes some creativity in the midfield, I believe. But in the overall, a very solid side. Sharjah is the big question for this match. A new coach, after a very troubled start of the season for the club. I was not expecting this trouble, but I was expecting Sharjah to struggle a little bit, because they had an almost 4-season reign under coach Cosmin Olaroyo. By the way, just the most decorated coach in this country, and a very charismatic figure. So it would be hard for anyone who would come after him to replace him. So Sharjah, in the meantime, changed coach twice, even though Milos Milojevic was the appointed coach. In the meantime, they had a caretaker, and now José Moraes. José Moraes, as Amy said, only the second match in charge. The structure, having in mind what he did in the first match, is pretty much the same, but the dynamics. I feel like Sharjah is already, in their defensive shape, is already improving a little bit. And that, I think, it's key for Sharjah's season, to improve a lot more defensively. They did well in the previous seasons under Cosmin, and this beginning of the season, that was the worst point for them, was the defensive part of the game. So let's see what will happen, but as I say, intriguing and unpredictable.
Intriguing and unpredictable indeed. There's so many little side stories and little things that could affect the outcome tonight. But here's a little bit more about the history of this year's EmaarSuperCup. The EmaarSuperCup is the first major trophy on offer this season, and it will be fought over by two of the biggest clubs in the country. Shabab Al Ahli won the league and the President's Cup last season, so they are having a rematch with the team they beat in that President's Cup final last year, Sharjah. Shabab Al Ahli are the masters of this trophy, which is the oldest of its kind in the Gulf. The Dubai club have lifted it 7 times, while Sharjah have won 3 Super Cups, the most recent of which came in 2022. Sharjah's league form, though, has been underwhelming so far this season, but now with new head coach José Moraes, the EmaarSuperCup could be the fixture that turns their season around. For the defending champions, though, Shabab Al Ahli are hoping to make it 3 Super Cup wins in a row and 4 just in this decade. The Al Maktoum Stadium in Dubai is hosting the prestigious match that always captures the UAE footballing imagination. And as the first bit of silverware on offer this season, it's one of the most sought-after trophies of all. So lots on the line, pride very much at stake at the EmaarSuperCup. Let's talk a little bit about Shabab Al Ahli, the defending champions, Pedro, the undisputed kings of the Super Cup at the moment, 7-time winners already. Coming into this off the back of winning it as well before with their manager. We're going to talk about Sharjah in a minute, but for Shabab Al Ahli, we very much know there are some exceptions, as you said, players who are injured. We kind of know what to expect from them.
A solid performance. Defensively, very, very solid usually. And then in the offense, you have the likes of Cartavia, you have the likes of Guilherme Bala, you have the likes of Yuri Cesar, who can create out of nowhere something. Even though, as I said before, sometimes I feel like Shabab Al Ahli lacks a little bit of creativity every now and then, like a number 10 player, because usually they play with two midfielders, two central midfielders, and despite whomever is starting, they usually cover a huge part of the ground, great work rate, box to box, go front and back, but then they lack a little bit in the definition, the creativity in the definition. They are very strong physically, very available, very dynamic, very intense, but sometimes they lack a little bit on that. Also, the team has a little bit the tendency to go inward a lot, and especially in the last third, they have a little bit trouble sometimes stretching out wide. But in this case, I don't know if Sharjah will drop a lot. Again, that's what I was saying before. How will Sharjah approach the game? It's the most interesting part or most intriguing part before the kickoff.
So talking of Shabab Al Ahli, Amy is not just at the Al Maktoum Stadium. She's been roaming all week as well, and she got access to both the training camps of the teams for the EmaarSuperCup. So first off, let's find out what she learnt behind the scenes at Shabab Al Ahli.
In the heart of Dubai, where the city never stops, there's a club that seems to never stop winning. The success of the Super Cup journey for Shabab Al Ahli started back in 2009, and since then, the trophy seems to always return. 7 cups, 7 moments of glory, and 7 reminders that Shabab Al Ahli don't just play football, they build legacy.
This winning mentality we need to have. We started to build it up already from the beginning of last season. Focus on development, on the right things, on the responsibility for the players, the focus they need to have it in each moment of the game, regarding our game principles, our dynamics. This is where they need to be focused. And of course, winning mentality, it's coming, winning games, winning competitions. Last year we win really a good number, and we want to start it like we started last year. It's winning the Super Cup, to start it, to keep winning during this season. This is what we're looking for.
And maybe, just maybe, the 8th Super Cup will return to the Rashid Stadium.
Thank you, Amy. Yeah, a lot of feeling around the place, obviously, and certainly in Dubai. Shabab Al Ahli, they know a thing or two about winning the EmaarSuperCup, and even under Paulo Sousa as well. But what about Sharjah, Ibrahim? Do they come into this as almost the underdogs? They have won it a couple of times already. Their season in the league form has been very patchy this season. They've been quite surprising. But they now have Jose Moraes, who's come in, successful manager already this season with Al Wada so far. He's switched. They are underdogs, but they're kind of an unknown quantity coming into this one.
Definitely, Graham. I will come back again on the to talk about the cup, how important it is, because you have only one shot. It's not like you will play multiple games to try to, if you make any mistake, you cannot get it back. So Sharjah, they know how important it is for them. They're looking for the third one. So probably tonight they will give everything that they have. And I want to talk about Jose Moraes. You know, taking over Sharjah is not an easy task because, as Pedro mentioned earlier, We had the maestro of the coach in the golf area, which is Cosmin. He did a tremendous job there. So when you're taking over one team like Sharjah, even with a lot of qualities, it's important to impose, to lead there, to make sure the players they can listen and do the right thing you want in the field. So it's not an easy task. He just took the team, I think, 10 days ago. So I'm a bit skeptical because when this kind of situation happens, it's always difficult because the coach, he comes with new ideas, new tactics, and you need to know the player better, the behavior. So that makes me a bit worried for Sharjah. But they know what they signed for. They have quality. They have great squad. And I'm sure they're professional. So they'll make sure to fight a lot to make it easy for Coach Jose Moraes.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting, isn't it? Fascinating indeed. We just don't know really what to expect from Sharjah tonight. What's the atmosphere, though, like around Sharjah and the team coming into the EmaarSuperCup? Amy went to find out.
Assalamu alaikum and welcome to Sharjah Club Stadium. We are only a few days away from the Super Cup final. I'm here to discuss with the players as they prepare for one of the biggest nights of the season. We're talking pride, rivalry, passion, and what this final truly means.
Yeah, feeling good. Good opportunity for us to win something this year, and it hasn't been the best year for us as Sharjah Football Club. So for sure, we're trying to change the situation as soon as possible. Yeah, I believe so. The coach has only been here for a short period, but I think the energy that he's bringing into us, and he's been very positive and giving us good examples of the team that we are. And I think we showed this a little bit in the last game against Hilal. Of course, we didn't win the game and we need to do a lot more, but I think already we did a few things a few of the mistakes that we were committing in the past, we put them aside, and then hopefully the next game we can do even better.
For sure, it's one of the best games that we're gonna face in this season. We know that we have to give 100%, and I hope to make a great job and try to help my team to win the game. Yeah, we have a new coach, but we have to understand that we, as a player inside the pitch, we have to give everything to win the game, and for sure it will be a nice game for everyone. It's amazing to be in the final. It showed that we have a great team, and we work so hard to be there, so we have to be ready to this game and try to do the best to win. Yeah, for sure it will change a lot because he tried to put his way to work, and we are ready to do what he wants, and for sure will be a nice game.
Jose, new club, cup final, is this the perfect challenge?
I don't know exactly if it's the perfect, but it's an interesting challenge, and we are here to face it.
And Shabab Al Ahli, you've faced them before, you've heard about Shabab Al Ahli in previous Super Cup finals. What do you feel about the opponent?
Ooh, Shabab Al Ahli. I think, yeah, he's a good opponent. He's an opponent with quality players, also quality and high-profile coach. And yeah, and this is the reason why it's even more interesting to face them.
Sharjah, first impressions with the new club?
Fantastic people, great players, and a very interesting work to do, because there is a lot of room to progress and grow, and I see energy in the players to do it.
Score prediction on the 27th?
I hope we win. There is no prediction in terms of score because I'm not still clear enough to do this, but if we can win 1-0, it will be good.
1-0. You've heard it here, Abu Dhabi Sports TV. Thank you so much. Thank you, and good luck. Good luck. Thank you. focus is high. Sharjah are ready. December 27th, the Super Cup final. Sharjah versus Shabab Al Ahli. It's more than a match, it's history in the making.
Certainly is history in the making. He's a great character, isn't he, Jose Moraes? Pedro needs me to point out that whatever happens tonight, a Portuguese head coach will be lifting the trophy. Look at the pride on his face already.
Thank you, shukran, obrigado.
That's fine, we got that out of the way now. He is a character though, isn't he, Jose Moraes? What does he bring to Sharjah?
The Portuguese coaches in general, José Moraes obviously also, have a strong bring a strong strategical side to the game. That's another thing to add, more than the fact that they are Portuguese, which makes me very happy, of course. The other thing to add is that from the strategical point of view, it will be a war there from the dugout. José Moraes, especially if we have in mind what he did with Wada over the last few months, he will bring again a better defensive organization, a better defensive shape, a better defensive transitions to Sharjah, which they were clearly needing. Then up front, again, they have, like he had with Wada, even though the players are different, but the quality is also good up front for Sharjah. So again, if they manage to be organized in the back, to be strong in the defensive transitions, then up front they have the quality to score goals, to create chances. And then it's also in the last match they played 4-2-3-1. And here, let us see if they will use the same tactical setup, which I don't believe, having in mind the starting lineups. How he will try to block Shabab Al Ahli's points where Shabab Al Ahli can create problems? How will they try to block the strongest points from the opponent? And on the other hand, how will they try to hurt a defensive setup that is almost unbeatable?
Yeah, well, that's the thing, isn't it, about Shabab Al Ahli? One of their massive strengths is the defence. Let's take a look at the lineup then, Ibrahim, for Shabab Al Ahli tonight. And what's as crucial about the players that are in the team and starting and on the squad are the key ones that aren't there as well. Talk about the lineup then. Here we are. This is Shabab Al Ahli, their starting lineup tonight. And there's a key figure just not involved. Again, Sardar Azmoun, unfortunately, is out, who would be and is a real game changer, isn't he? But that's not a bad lineup anyway, is it? They're pretty good. What are their strengths there in that team?
Yeah, definitely Sardar not being there, it will be not easy for them, because I can understand what Pedro meant when he's talking about the offensive line of Shabab Al Ahli, but we have to mention that Sardar is missing because he was last season. He was a big part of the winning streak of Shabab Al Ahli. So the fact that he's not there anymore, there is that thing that he still is missing. But okay, at the same time, sometimes we could use Dabour.
Yeah, Monaz Dabour.
Monaz, who was making sometimes the difference, but not like Sardar. So probably today we will see a lot of movement. The one who will be organizing the midfield will be Kartabia. We try to come into the midfield, receive the ball, and try to feed on the wings. Yuri, who is very fast, very active. And of course, Bala is in great form. I saw from the last games of the ADNOC Pro League. And I'm sure tonight also he will try to show the quality that he has. And of course, Maximovic and Breno, they will be the two defensive midfielders who will be controlling to try to receive the ball from the defender and try to find Kartabia. Then Kartabia can find in front. And I like the Mateus. He has a really strong power. He can keep the ball, and he's very fast, which give a lot of volume for the offensive attack of Shabab Al Ahli. So definitely a great game to see tonight.
A lot of match winners in that side, isn't there? Interesting, Hamad Al Makbali, the goalkeeper, who wasn't announced, wasn't in training, suddenly became available and announced. That's going to be interesting. Is that a positive or a negative? We don't know.
Sorry, I forgot to say, he's in great form, actually. I saw in the last cup, the Arab Cup, he did a great performance there. So, and he's a young goalkeeper. He has a lot of quality, he has a lot of talent. So I'm sure But not only from Shabab Al Ahli side, also Sharjah, they have a great goalkeeper.
Caltabia, he's a match winner. We've all seen that, you know, so many times. But throughout the team now, Paulo Sousa has managed to get players that can step up and take the game by the scruff of the neck by themselves if they need to for a couple of minutes.
Yeah, taking advantage from a very strong defensive organization always, and that is very important in any competition. Cartabia will roam a lot out of his position. He will start open wide right, but he will come into the middle a lot. So will Guilherme Bala be doing the same type of movement from the left, but with different characteristics. Guilherme Bala a little bit more coming into the box. Cartabia more from outside, every now and then invading also, but more from outside. And then that strong hold in the middle, Maximovic 88 and Breno number 80, two powerhouses running back and forth. The width will be mostly provided by the fullbacks. That eventually is also an opportunity for Sharjah to explore the fact that many times Shabab Al Ahli will leave the flanks vacant. That can be strategically something to explore. Then also when it comes to the pressure, Shabab Al Ahli likes to apply high and organized pressure. They are very used to do that. What will Sharjah do?
Well, let's find out what the Sharjah reply is to that Shabab Al Ahli starting lineup. Here they are. Ibrahim, take a look at this as well. We heard from the likes of Igor Coronado with that brilliant piece from Amy there. He's quite similar to Caltabia, isn't he? He has a bit of a roaming brief, and he can change games on his own. What do we think of this lineup, Ibrahim?
You can see Jose Moraes. He really wants to win this game today. You can see the offensive line that he put there. Igor Coronado, Ben Larbi, Caio Lucas, Manaj, and Luan Pereira are 5 players with tremendous qualities. And today, I can say that Shabab Al Ahli, they will be really in trouble because the 5 players that I just mentioned there, they really have quality. They can make a difference anytime, at any moment. But I would like to come back on something for Shabab Al Ahli. When we saw the last game of the Champions League, taking 24 goals in the last 25 minutes, it's not the Shabab Al Ahli that we know. So hopefully, as Pedro was mentioning, defensively, they need to do some effort. And if you listen carefully to what the coach just said earlier, Paulo Sousa, he mentioned one word: focus. And if the focus is not there, the concentration is not there, it might be a problem because the 5 players that I'm seeing there, they might make trouble.
As he says there, we've already played a Champions League elite game earlier in the year, earlier in the week. Shabab Al Ahli losing a lead. Sharjah as well had a difficult night, but that was only the first time Jose Moraes has managed to announce a team. This is just the second Sharjah squad that he's been able to announce. What did you learn from the one earlier in the week building up to this one?
Regarding Sharjah?
Yeah.
It was against Hilal.
Well, yeah.
It was against Hilal. So it's the first match. Hilal had most of the control. And I think honestly in that match, Sharjah played a good match. Yeah. Mostly if you have in mind against who they were playing. One of the strongest teams, if not the strongest team in the region. So it was a good test. I felt like in terms of organization, there was some progress on the Sharjah side. But now getting back to the starting lineup, there are many things there that can be interesting to analyze. Meloni will go up against Cartabia. Meloni is, for me, in terms of fullbacks, the best defender in terms of 1v1 ground duels in the league. For me, he's the best fullback in that particular specific task of the game. And then I think the team will be like that exactly. That's the official lineup until number 6. So a flat line of 4 plus number 6 Majid Surur as a defensive midfielder. But then from then onwards, it might go as planned or not. Because, for example, Firas Ben Larbi can be opening up on the right, shifting Lua to the left and Caio and Rey Manaj in the middle. It can be Firas Ben Larbi slightly ahead because, for example, I was talking before about the pressure. Yeah. How they will be applying the pressure on Shabab Al Ahli. Shabab Al Ahli likes to build up in possession, to keep the ball, not to kick the ball up front, route one, no, to build up. How will Sharjah go up against that? And in that case, for example, moving another player to the front line, they will play in parity, 4-4-2 against 4-4-2. If they play like this, they have numerical advantage in the middle, at least in theory, on paper, but then it will be up to the dynamic. So the first few minutes, the first like 20 minutes, as usually in these types of matches, they will be very important.
I would like to add something, Graham. I mentioned the 5 players of Sharjah who are very offensive, but I saw that Suru is the only one in the middle. This can be a problem because if you have 5 players who are attacking always and not defending together,
Can they leave gaps?
it might be a problem, and it will create a lot of space in the midfield that Maximovic and Kartebia and they can use it. Breno, they can use it to try to find the front line. So they need to be careful with that one. Otherwise, it might be a problem.
Okay, so we've already heard from both the head coaches during the week in their last few training sessions, but now, as we get closer to kickoff, how do they feel? Both our Portuguese head coaches have been speaking just before kickoff.
What a fantastic event once more for us, well deserved, special for everything what we made last year. Winning what we win, we deserve to be once more this season with the first trophy against our main opponent from last year, so that it will be a tough game, a very demands. Hopefully our decisions individually and collectively, they are all them really good, to join and to reach what we work every day. It's to win games and win trophies. I have full of confidence in everything what we are doing, and hopefully today we could be inspired for our quality, our family. We can put everything on the pitch and in the end score more goals than our opponent and win this trophy.
It's with happiness that we are here. It's one final that more than a final is also a classic game of the country between 2 good clubs. The preparation for us went well. We are progressing step by step with the time that we have, and obviously that we are happy that we still have we still had some 1 or 2 days after the last game, so we could prepare this game in the best way. We will face a good opponent. I think, for the information that I had, that the stadium will be full of fans from both teams, and I wish happiness from both sides, and a game that will make Emirates proud of the quality of the game and the character of the players that are in the pitch, with the behavior that we will show for the society.
Nice suit there, Jose. Very nice. Scrubs up well, doesn't he? Okay. It's interesting there. Paulo Sousa was saying last season, Pedro, Sharjah were his main opponents. That's how he just described it. This season, it's a very different ball game. I'm going to use the cliche. Sharjah really struggling in the league, and the EmaarSuperCup realistically is their only chance of silverware this season.
That's why it will be a very hard match for Shabab Al Ahli. Yeah, as you said, in the league, I believe Sharjah has all the possibilities to improve a lot their rank. Currently, they are in the 11th position with 7 points. So they can, and I believe they will do much better. But on the other hand, they were already knocked out from the ADIB Cup and also the President's Cup, both shocking, especially the President's Cup. So yeah, as you said, it's their last chance this season. It's the first chance for José Moraes, curiously, to win a trophy in this country. I think they will be very competitive, very intense, and they will give a hard match to Shabab Al Ahli.
For Shabab Al Ahli, though, Ibrahim, they are still fighting for the title. Al Ain are going to take some stopping, but Shabab Al Ahli are in there fighting for the title. They're the defending champions of this trophy as well. So they come into this, I think, again, Paolo, with his interview with Amy, briefly said that this is kind of he's describing this as the first trophy of their season.
Yeah, this game is very important for Paulo Sousa because, first of all, I would like to say it's the clash of the Portuguese coach.
Thank you.
We will see who will win tonight. But I think Paulo Sousa, he understood how important it is for Shabab Al Ahli not only to keep the reputation that they had as a champion of the country. So it's very important for them to come back. That's what he was trying to explain. He want the same mentality, same way of playing like last season. So you can see that lately Shabab Al Ahli is not the same Shabab Al Ahli that he built. So I'm sure with the quality that he has in the team and the experience that he has also, he will be able to but through that game, Super Cup, one shot, you don't have second chance. You have to win one time. So I'm sure he spoke to the players, motivate them to make sure that they can win this game and to boost their confidence back again for the rest of the season.
But also, like Ibrahim, you were pointing out with the Champions League defeat, and you said, Pedro, as well, defensively, very solid, but up front, scoring the goals. They are scoring, but they're just not scoring enough. Sardar Azmoun obviously is a massive loss in that, but they need to find a way through that.
But when you lose your main striker,
Exactly.
Yeah.
and even your other good striker is momentaneously out of the team, it's a big blow. For example, Mateus is a very good player. I like him, but he's very young. And the thing is, in football, the most specific position is the goalkeeper. After that is the striker.
Yeah.
And it's important for you to have a goal-scoring striker. I remember years ago when he played for Sharjah, Sebastian Tagliabo. He was already in his late years of his career. But he was still the kind of player that would guarantee, whenever you would come on, that you would score a goal and that they can eventually save the day. Right now, Shabab Al Ahli does not have that type of striker because they are both out. Mounas Dabour and Sardar Azmoun are not available today. So they need to find other ways. And in that case, since they don't have that type of reference in the box, they need to do it more collectively and more in the sense of bringing Bala and Cartabia.
Mounas Dabour,
but it's more in the versatility, mobility, technique, flair than the presence. And I believe for a strong team like Shabab Al Ahli is important to have presence.
Sorry, Pedro. I would like to mention something. From there you can see the difference between the two coaches. You see, Jose Moraes, when he was in Al Wada, we always mentioned that Al Wada doesn't have that striker that they need to finish. But somehow he could manage to put a team in place that can always make the difference. Now in Shabab Al Ahli, they have the striker. Okay, of course he's injured now, but in the history even, you will take like a striker like Graffiti. They're finishers, they are the one who are in front. The moment when they get injured, it becomes a problem for...
Ahmed Khalil?
Yes, Ahmed Khalil, I can go on with many other names. The moment they have problem with the strikers, Shabab Al Ahli start to drop. They start to have a problem on the level of the offensive, the attacks and all this. So, what I mean by that, Paulo Sousa, he need to start to create, to think. In case my striker is not there.
Alternatives.
Exactly. Yeah. So because now we can see that they can play the ball, they can take the ball out. But when they reach in front, the finishing is difficult because, of course, Sardar is not there. But Moraes, on the other hand, in Sharjah, he has his striker. He has Manaj there.
And he's using all of them
exactly.
tonight. Yeah.
So I think Paulo Sousa needs to be more creative and to prepare in case my striker is not there. What should I do to close that gap?
Just perhaps the very attacking lineup for Sharjah tonight, does that represent Jose Moraes? Does that represent that tonight is a bit of a free hit for him, or does that represent that he needs to just go all guns blazing and he needs to bring this trophy home?
It's the million-dollar question. The inclusion of Ray Manaj is very intriguing also because he is that kind of striker we were just talking about. He has those characteristics. Now I wonder if Jose Moraes is planning to approach the match in an organized attacking play, so trying to have the ball, to be I would not say arrogant, that's not the case, but to be very confident, very assertive in the match, to get the ball away from Shabab Al Ahli. We will play and we will attack you, and with Ray Manaj inside the box.
With that lineup, that's what he's willing to
or
do.
if he will use Ray Manaj as a target man to hit him in fast attacking transitions, to hit the striker, for a flick, to hold on, and to then wait for those players to come into his aid. Again, all those things, and as I said before, having in mind we have 2 Portuguese coaches on the bench, and again, I'm not praising that, but I'm talking in this case for the strategical side.
Yeah.
We can see some metamorphoses along the way. 4-3-3, then turning into a 4-4-2, because Portuguese coaches, I know they do this quite a lot. They do some rearrangements. Don't expect much in the back, like the flat line of 4, that's okay. But the front line, probably we will witness some glimpses, some changes along the way. Having in mind the marking references, the pressing references, all that will come into play.
Okay, just before we are going to do some more chat before kickoff, but as you can see, it is a prestigious night there at the Al Maktoum Stadium. All the pomp and circumstance you'd expect from the EmaarSuperCup. So just for a couple of minutes, let's cross over and soak up some of the flavour of that opening ceremony.
اوكي
تفضل.
مساء الخير يا جمهور، الله على الحماس، ومساء الخير لجميع المشاهدين، ومساء الخير يا رؤى.
مساء الخير على جمهورنا اللي حاضر هني ومنورنا، ومساء الخير اكيد عليك سعود، يا مرحبا.
موطن المحبة والتسامح، أرض التعايش ورمز الوئام والمحبة والسلام، لمجتمع مترابط متماسك في قبلة الخيرات وعماد النهج السليم ومسار النماء والازدهار والتطور، بإرث التاريخ وعراقة التراث اللي يصاحب كل هذا التقدم والعمران.
الإمارات قطعة الروح الغالية وقلب يتسع للجميع، يحتضن برها وبحرها كل شغوف بوضع بصمة على هاي البسيطة، وتعانق سماها كل حالم بأنه يترك أثر يخدم الإنسانية ويحدث تغيير إيجابي في هذا الكوكب اللي ينطلق شعاع نوره من هني، من أرض زايد الخير.
السيدات والسادة، حضورنا الكريم هنا في استاد آل مكتوم ومشاهدينا أمام الشاشات، ترحب بكم رابطة المحترفين الإماراتية في مباراة كأس سوبر إعمار، واللي تجمع بين فريقي شباب الأهلي والشارقة تحت شعار نبني إرثا.
إعمار الشركة الرائدة راعية هذه البطولة والمؤسسة الرائدة عالمياً، واللي أعادت صياغة مفهوم التطوير العقاري عبر صروحها المعمارية ومجمعاتها اللي تنبض بالحياة العابقة بالجمال، في استكشاف مميز لطريقة العيش المثلى، والشركة اللي أكيد نفخر وطنياً بحضورها المجتمعي الرائد بمختلف المجالات.
تحقق حلمنا تجمع قلوبنا كلنا تبني بيوت تزهي ديار اسلوب حياة ارقى واجمل دار الخير نقول فوق السماء نقول فوق السحاب.
Emar makes our dreams come true, bringing every heart together too, building homes for all those who stay, lighting up the world in every way. Always our lives a paradise from the Arabian sky. We never felt like strangers here, always stand here.
Emar brings us all so close.
هني ما تحس انك غريب، كأنك عايش وسط اهلك وناسك. هالارض تساند من يجيها بالخير، وتشلها في صدرها بلا قياسي. نبني ارثا اعمار للجودة، اعمار عالم في امارات الامان. رمز الابداع تبهر تخطر، تجمع قلوب الناس في كل مكان.
Never felt like a stranger here. With the mind, I'm among my family and my people. And my brings us all near. In every home, in every street, a place where hearts and dreams meet. Together we rise, together we cheer. With them all we have nothing to fear. We never felt like strangers here. With them all together we are here. Emar brings us all so close. In every home, in every street, we know a place where hearts and dreams can meet. Together we rise, together we cheer. With them we are nothing to fear.
Champions ground, the tournament so unreal, the best around. In the markup, nothing's impossible to feel. This is our story, passed from generation to generation. In every situation, on the field we shine in the finest condition, with determination and drive. Victory is our mission.
there we go, the UAE Pro League. They love to entertain. You'd be happy with that as the opening for a World Cup, aren't we lucky? The EmaarSuperCup kickoff just a few minutes away now. But before we get to it, let's have a bit of a prediction then. We can't really predict scores, but certainly the opening of the game, that Sharjah lineup seems like they're going to come out of the gates fast and attacking, and that brilliant Shabab Al Ahli defence is going to be the first test of the game, Pedro.
Definitely. Looking at Sharjah, how will Sharjah approach the game? It's my main curiosity in the first 20 minutes. Things can change, as I said, at any point. But those first 20 minutes in finals like these are, for me, the most important period of the game in terms of setting the tone. Because, of course, everything can happen. And we saw Shabab Al Ahli's last match for the Champions League, like the last 10 minutes, they conceded 3 goals, which it's unusual for them in the entire season. So in football, things can change a lot in a very short period of time. But I believe in finals like this, the first 20 minutes are very important, because if something happens, maybe the strategy will have to change. And we'll have a different dynamic coming into the game.
Also, Ibrahim, it's worth reminding viewers that the Super Cups that you played in, they happen at the beginning of the season.
Yeah, normally.
This is right in the middle of things. It's been a very disjointed season up to this point. The league has had to keep stopping for international breaks, for the FIFA Arab Cup as well. So this is fascinating to have it now, at the end of December, and a lot of these players are coming back from international duty. They've just had Champions League. Is that going to play into how tonight works?
No, Graham, regardless if it's in the beginning or in the middle, it's a prestigious cup. So the teams, I'm sure both they're looking for that cup. The pressure there for this competition is very high, because you have, as I say again, I will repeat multiple times, is only one chance. So you can see, even when you're in the hotel, you are thinking you don't want to miss it, because you are like, okay, this one I need it, because it adds up also on your trophies. So you don't. If this type of game also, you need to make less mistake. You need to be more focused. As I like what Coach Paulo Sousa said there. The key word is the focus. If you're not focused, as usually this kind of game also, the goals are decided by set pieces, corners, free kicks. If you don't pay attention, you make a small mistake, you'll pay for it. And as I say, it's a very, very strong, important cup for both teams, for any team actually. So tonight, I'm sure they play, they're aware of what is waiting for them there. And of course, they want to win it. Yeah. Because it will add up, as I said, in your trophies. So we have 2 strong teams, Shabab Al Ahli, Sharjah. We can see one thing tonight, great football, that I'm sure. And it will be an open game. I'm not sure if the one team will be holding or something. No. With the lineup I saw of Sharjah, he's willing to attack. And of course, Shabab Al Ahli, with the result that they did last week, they're willing to try to prove that they can do better.
Well, it's interesting you say that, because it does kind of shape up. It is the cup final atmosphere, isn't it? The Al Maktoum Stadium. It's a packed house, and Shabab Al Ahli fans have only had to go across town. Sharjah fans have come down south. Packed out stadium, and with the lineups we've seen as well, it does have all the hallmarks of being what is a cup final, but a classic one as well.
Definitely, the fans are also very important, I believe, in these matches, because they will bring a strong energy to the game. And these 2 teams have met many times for this specific competition. I remember, I think it was like 2 seasons ago, if I'm not mistaken. It was 6-3, the final score. That proves a point, because if on one hand I look at the lineups and I can predict somehow cagey match with not too many goals, 2-1, or something, it can go into a completely different way and go 6-3. It's very hard to predict, and I think I say this in a very good way. It's good, but as coming back, I think the energy that will be provided by the fans to the players, to the teams, it's important. It's important to have a good atmosphere, and the stadium, by its shape, by its architecture, provides its atmosphere. The location is also great. It's in the heart of Dubai. As you said, Shabab Al Ahli just a couple of kilometers away. Sharjah not from far. So all the ingredients to a great match.
If you take the statistic from the last 2 games, for example, Shabab Al Ahli won them. The 30th of the 2025 of October, Shabab Al Ahli won 2-0. 9 of May 2025, Shabab Al Ahli won 2-1. So I'm sure Sharjah will want to come back.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. As you can see, the 2 teams are out at the Al Maktoum Stadium. It is that cup final atmosphere, a packed out Al Maktoum Stadium as well. Let's hand over then. Your commentator for this year's EmaarSuperCup is Ian Burstow. Enjoy.
This matters now. This is about the here and now. 90 minutes, maybe more, for bragging rights and another trophy to add to the cabinet. The atmosphere is certainly building inside the Al Maktoum, and history is waiting to be written. So settle in. The Emaar Cup final starts right here, right now. As we go through the formalities, we look around this magnificent stadium, starting to fill up. It will be full as soon as we get going. Sharjah against Shabab Al Ahli. Both teams, of course, in their home strips. Shabab Al Ahli in red, Sharjah in the all-white, and that starting lineup for the Red Knights. Paulo Sousa has picked the strongest team as he possibly can. Of course, a couple of people missing. No Dabor, no Azmoun. So Matthias Lima will lead the line up front. It'll be interesting to see how Shabab Al Ahli set up, whether they go 4 at the back and 5 across the midfield and just play that one player, Lima, up front. We will have to wait and see. One thing we do know about that Shabab Al Ahli team is players can rotate a number of different positions. The man in charge tonight is Jesus Venezuela. As the captains just go through these last-minute formalities, of course, Kartabia on your left. Shaheen Abdullah for Sharjah, and that Sharjah starting 11. The King, Jose Morales, of course, only a couple of weeks into this job since moving from Al Wada, his second game in charge. Again, a strong lineup, an attacking lineup for him as well, with Igor Coronado and Ben Labi both starting in midfield, and in front of them, Luan Pereira, Rayan Manaj and Caio Lucas. So an attacking lineup for the King this evening. Shabab Al Ahli are appearing in a record 11th Super Cup. This is their competition. As we do have a quick look at the bench, Yahya Al Ghassani for Shabab Al Ahli. We're disappointed that he didn't make the starting lineup. It's probably Pobletti for Sharjah, the ex-Al Wassel man. Both teams putting out a strong 11. There is our first glimpse of Paulo Sousa. Guided Shabab Al Ahli last season to the league and cup double. That man there has been brought in. Jose Morales, ex-Al Wada, ex-Inter Milan, assistant manager, Real Madrid, Chelsea assistant manager. Now the number 1 here in Sharjah. It's an attacking lineup. He has got us underway here. So Sharjah playing in the all-white from right to left. Play that ball long, easily cut out. Shabab Al Ahli playing from left to right in the all-red as Kartabia gets an early touch on the ball. It is hooked forward, looking for the captain. Cartabia take up position on this right-hand side of midfield. I've seen him play on the left-hand side as well, and also through the middle, so keep an eye on him. Number 10 for Shabab Al Ahli. Ball's played out, cut out lovely by Yuri Season. He will look to counter here, but can't find a way past Khalid Ibrahim. There's pressure again that goes down early, and the referee points to the spot. It's a penalty. Sharjah getting themselves in all sorts of trouble. And it is the South Korean, you can see here, just underplayed the pass. The referee had no doubt whatsoever. Caesar just got there in front of the South Korean. The faintest of touches, but enough to bring him down. And we're inside the first minute here, and it's a penalty to Shabab Al Ahli. Yong-Min Cho had to go and make the challenge. He was put under immense pressure from the back pass from Khalid Ibrahim. Just didn't put enough on it. And you would think Cartabia will be the man to take it in front of the Sharjah fans. And it is going to be Cartabia. 2 goals for him in all competitions this season, up against Adel Hassani. The clock reads 2 minutes. The challenge was inside the first minute. Cartabia against Al Hassani. Only one winner, and it is Cartabia. He opens his account. Shabab Al Ahli are on the board. Never in doubt. Feeds off pressure, Cartabia. Sharjah are shell-shocked. Here is that challenge. Clumsy, late. Caesar's pace just too much. That you feel for Yong-Min Cho. He was put under immense pressure from that back pass from Khalid Ibrahim. It's a decent strike from Cartabia. Keeper going the right way, but the ball always curling away from him. Went early, the goalkeeper just couldn't get there. So often the big moments need a big player. He is one of the biggest in the Adnot Pro League and here in the UAE. And it reads 3 minutes. The challenge was inside that first minute. Sharjah now have got a mountain to climb. So the ball's flicked on, but nobody picking up the second ball. Sharjah just need to regroup here, get a bit of possession to get back into this game. Maloney, of course, been talk of him perhaps moving on. Now Jazeera interested. At the moment, still plying his trade here for Sharjah. So they look to come forward, but given away again, Cartabia picks up the loose ball. Silva quite happy just to go back. Another strong tackle. Another free kick to Shabab Al Ahli, right on that far side, right in front of the referee. In fact, it was Gulen Bala who was brought down. My mistake, it was him who was brought down for the penalty as well. It's getting a little bit too physical for the referee's liking. Again, Sharjah loot out. Chance here, strike, and pulled wide. And that was Yuri Cesar, the Brazilian. Just snatched at it. Had a bit more time than he thought. Sharjah again getting themselves in all sorts of trouble. A heavy touch just presented the opportunity again to Cesar. And the young Brazilian should have done better. Flicked on. Ricochets off Cartavia, so will be a Sharjah throw-in. Sousa will be happy the way this game has started so far. His opposite number. There's a lot of thinking to do. This wasn't in the game plan, that's for sure. Here is Young Min Chu to clip that ball forward. Comes back again, Cartavia. Lucas really have anywhere to go. It's forced all the way back. Half press from Shabab Al Ahli. Maloney looks to play that ball towards that right-hand channel, but easily cut out. Chance here for Ben Larbi, and he's brought down in a dangerous position. Manash went down under the challenge. Renan De Silva deep in conversation with the referee, but he wasn't going to change his mind. So an opportunity here. Then Larbi has placed it, but this is in Coronado range, you would think. Scored a wonderful free kick, Coronado, from a similar position a couple of weeks ago in the league. Ben Larbi drills it straight at the goalkeeper. Just make sure. It was a decent effort from the Tunisian, but comfortably saved in the end by Ahmed Mali. So corner to Sharjah. To play it towards the top of the penalty area, but nobody there to meet it. Shabab Al Ahli managed to clear their lines, and Cartavia just giving Coronado a little shove. A bit too much for the referee, so a free kick Sharjah taken quickly. Cut inside, chance here, cut out again, and Hermé Balla will come away with it. Hasn't really got many options going forward. Shabab Al Ahli slow in transition, some bit of skill on that left-hand side, and looking to feed the ball in again towards Matthias Lima. Go again on this right-hand side, and somebody cut out. The goalkeeper does well just to keep the ball from going out. So it's frantic end-to-end stuff here at the moment. Cartavia, he won't cut that one out. Easily dealt with by Yumin Cho. But Hassani. And a rather wayward pass. Turns the ball over to Shabab Al Ahli. Sharjah can't afford to be giving the ball away. In those sort of areas, no pressure on the ball whatsoever. Confirmation of the goal after 3 minutes from the penalty spot. as well to come away with the ball, but again having to play back. No real pressure. Shabab Al Ahli pressuring hard. Referee again not happy with the challenge, so another free kick to Sharjah. You can see how quickly Shabab Al Ahli are pressing Sharjah, not allowing them to settle. There's a little bit of time here for Min Cho. Even then, his pass is cut out. Sharjah just looking a little bit rattled at the moment. Just looking for delicate layoff. Luan Pierre can't find a way through. Both these teams come into this game off the back of losses. Both in the Champions League, of course. 1-0 loss. Sharjah against Al Hilal, goal from Malcolm. Shabab Al Ahli losing 4-2 to Al Sadd, but here comes Sharjah again. Decent delivery in, but nobody gambling at the back post. Bali will be in no rush to get this ball back into play. It's been a frantic 12 minutes or so. Goes long, looking for Lima. Does get a flick on and Caesar there for the second ball, and Sharjah managed to come away with it. The referee does bring it back for the push. Just waiting to see if there was an advantage. Nothing given, so free kick to Sharjah. Meloni cuts it inside to Coronado. He's dispossessed quickly. Contavia surrounded by white shirts and bundled to the ground, and you think very, very lucky to get away with a caution. As soon as Cartavia got the ball, he's surrounded by three Shabab Sharjah players here, and that was naughty. Lucas, very, very lucky here. You can see a couple of the Shabab Al Ahli fans gesturing. Should be a yellow card, and Lucas is still going here. He needs to be careful, the Brazilian. The referee, very lenient. Not attempting to play the ball whatsoever. Here's Herme Bala onto Caesar. He's blocked off. That will be a free kick. Shaheen Abdullah just showing the referee his shoulder. The referee feels it was a body check, so it will be the first caution. You just wonder whether that had something to do with Kyle Lucas's challenge earlier on. No attempt at all to play the ball from the captain. So the first yellow card of the evening. Opportunity here. Shabab Al Ahli to put this ball into a dangerous position. Cartabia. Hermé Balla over it. I think it favours the right foot. It does. Drilled it. It's headed in and off the woodwork. Al Hassani didn't move. It's a wonderful free kick towards the near post. Here's Caesar again. Another late tackle. Brazilian can't believe it. Maloney this time on the receiving end. There's a wonderful delivery by Balla. The header, just using the pace of the ball. Al Hassani had absolutely no chance, didn't move. He looks to go long. Right-hand channel. Promising move from Sharjah. Clipped in, looking to the back post. It is Carl Lucas who will pick it up. All allowed to run here. Coronado slides the ball through. Chance here for Piera. The opportunity charged down again. Another late tackle, and you can see the referee being surrounded by Shabab Al Ahli players. They want another yellow card, but referee having none of it. Tackles flying in from both sets of teams. Shaheen Abdullah walking a very, very thin tightrope at the moment. He booked a couple of minutes ago. The captain very close to getting his marching orders. To launch this towards Matias Lima. Just too high for the Brazilian. Juan Piera. Sharjah lose out again. Just struggling to get the ball to their half quick enough. Shabab Al Ahli not giving them any time at all. Pressing them. Lots of unforced errors at the moment from Sharjah. This has got a real cut-tight feel for it. Both sets of teams flying in. Here's Balla again up against Shaheen Abdullah. And they keep going. Shabab Al Ahli, it's Yuri Caesar now somehow has got it. And the free kick goes against the Shabab Al Ahli player. He can't quite believe it. Majid Soror was saying there that he was possibly caught an elbow. We'll see from this angle here. It certainly was an outstretched arm from Yuri Caesar. Not sure anything more than that, really. Just be careful putting his arms in that sort of position. The Sharjah bench down here in front of me, they are incensed. See there, gesturing to the referee. He felt it's an elbow. You can see the referee just saying that I will have a little look at it, but as we saw from the replay, Yuri Caesar's arm was up. Deep conversation here going on, and it will be a yellow card. Contact. Majid Sohor down this bottom corner, just receiving treatment. replay here. It was an outstretched arm, but no malice whatsoever. The Shabab Al Ahli player, so good decision in the end from the referee. We're back now to the live action, and that ball goes long. Shaheen Abdullah. Work. Maloney has some space on this left-hand side. Caio Lucas to slide the ball in. Lovely pass, a good shot, a good save. And it's going to squirm in. Is it? Brilliant work on the line from Makmozovic. A shot was taken quickly. It caught Mekbali off guard, really. The play still continues. The goalkeeper now has gone down. Sharjah believe it's gone across the line. Lovely reverse ball in by Lucas. The shot taken quickly. Keeper should have done a bit better. And we can see there, the Serbian back quickly. The whole ball has not crossed the line. Excellent work by Maksimovic. It was a shot from Ben Labi, just squirmed under Mekbali. He should have done better, really, the goalkeeper. The Serbian, right place at the right time. And not for the first time this evening. Sharjah bench are up on their feet. There is a check going on here. Referee waving away the Sharjah players. I know there was also a foul in the build-up to the play. This is what Luan Pierre is talking about now with the goalkeeper. And he is coming over to have a look at the referee. So much going on. We know the ball hasn't crossed the line. That's not the issue. So the early shot, the reverse pass was exquisite. Now here, there. Is Pierre pushed? That's the question we're looking at here, right at the top of the 6-yard box. It's clumsy from Renan da Silva. The decision has been made quickly by the referee. And it is a penalty. The stadium erupts. The Shabab Al Ahli fans can't believe it. Over to you, Hamed Al Makbali. It was clumsy by Renan da Silva. And it will be Caio Lucas. "24 minutes in, second penalty of the evening. Chance for Mekbali to be a hero. A chance for Lucas to get his team back in this game. Two goals for him already this season. He waits. Wants the keeper to move, he doesn't. Lucas scores! We're all level. Brilliant penalty. He wanted Mekbali to commit, he didn't. He stood his ground. There it is. Renan da Silva, referee, had no doubt. He stood up for as long as he could, the goalkeeper. Kyle Lucas kept his cool. Eyes transfixed on the goalkeeper. The stadium erupts. Joy, passion, and pride. Super Cup, folks, is alive and well. 26 minutes gone. It's 1-1. Both penalties. Managed does well. Coronado bundled to the ground, by Cartabia, so a free kick to Sharjah. And there's a little bit of afters down here between Cartabia and Relish. He's just saying, calm down. Well, a few choice words, the new Sharjah manager. Shabab Al Ahli, of course, looking to go back-to-back Super Cup winners. After beating Wassel last season 6-3 on penalties. Could we have penalties again this evening? We shall have to wait and see. Still a long way to go yet. As Breno is caught, so another free kick to Shabab Al Ahli. Over left-hand channel, so Sharjah regain possession. Shabab Al Ahli making 8 fouls so far. Ball flicked on, opportunity here, chance. Here is Adams, 2-1. Sharjah have turned this game on its head. Piera's pace and a wonderful finish. Ball sat up beautifully for him. Just drilled it past the goalkeeper. In the space of 5 minutes, Sharjah not only have got back into this game, they're now in front. It's a long, hopeful ball forward. Lovely little flick, and then the touch here. Exceptional. And the timing of the run from Luan Piera was even better. He just guided it past the goalkeeper. No chance. Wonderful execution. Smile on his face. This game really has come alive. 52 times these two teams have met in all competitions. Shabab Al Ahli 26 wins, Sharjah just 7. Sharjah have to believe. Matthias Silva, Cartabia. Santos, back to Planik. Maksimovic just hands the ball over to Cartabia. Sharjah just happy to sit in at the moment. Drilled in, looking for Lima, just couldn't get hold of it. That'll be Al Hassani's chance now to just run the clock down. He moved. Lucas plays that ball long. Referee happy to allow play to continue. Here's Belabi. Looking for some space, can't find a white shirt, and in the end it is a free kick. For the first time, Caesar finds himself on the end of a strong tackle. Flicked on by Lima. No one around to pick up the second ball. Lucas just runs into trouble. Another free kick, needless free kick as well. Lima was going nowhere. No real need at all for Maloney to make the challenge. It's a fairy tale, this would be. Second game in charge. Left Al-Wadda for the King. Will be the left foot of Cartabia. Looking towards the Nibbles, comes all the way through and just past the far post. Adel Al Hassani had it. Absolutely no clue where that had gone. He was scrambling. And De Silva with the header, just couldn't direct it in that far corner. And going quite wide. Quickly by Markomozic. That goes down under the challenge, right in front of the referee, so another free kick taken quickly. Referee not happy. Just gesturing that the ball was moving. Majid Zahor. In fact, it was Khalid Ibrahim just giving Bala a little nudge. Heated exchanges so far. Love lost between these two teams as Cartabia skips inside. Caesar, who's been busy all evening. Renan. Santos goes round the outside and it's brought down in another dangerous position. And It's a yellow card. Fast now. So Cartabia look for Lima at the back post, you would think. It's through to Yuri, sees a chance at the back post, it's turned in, flag has stayed down. Shabab Al Ahli are back in this. Cartabia deep in conversation with the referee. We'll continue to watch what happens there. But the flag has stayed down. Renault at the back post had the easiest of chances. It come all the way through to Caesar. Clearly onside. Nobody went with the run. Lucas just getting the wrong side. It was Khalid Ibrahim, the man who gave away the free kick, played him onside. There is going to be a check. It is tight. I think Renault has just stayed onside. Khalid Ibrahim, who made the foul, gave away the free kick. And then we think it is number 19 who's just played him onside. As the hush comes around the Al Maktoum, all eyes here on the referee. Goal has been given. 2-2. Shabab Al Ahli back in this game. Took 8 minutes to get back on level terms. All drilled in again. Anywhere will do from Planik. Strong tackle flying in. Bala shaking his head, he's not happy. So it's a rough treatment on that left-hand side. Coronado coming in deep. Shaheen Abdallah. Show. Really to aim, it has to go long out towards Kyle Lucas. In fact, it was Piero who's just swapped with Lucas. Lucas is now set up inside. Piero's come out on this left-hand side, so a slight shift from Sharjah. Planik. Bala nudged aside, referee allows play to continue. He won't there, that will be a free kick. Shabab Al Ahli, of course, looking for their 7th, sorry, their 8th Super Cup title. it. There's a little push right in front of the referee. Waits the advantage not given, so free kick Sharjah. Lamy just holding his left shoulder. Sitting up now and back on his feet, so nothing serious. Good to continue. Coronado is over the ball. Inside the last 5 minutes of the first half. Coronado whips the ball in, header, and off the crossbar and over. Wonderful delivery, and goalkeeper does well. Gets a strong hand to it. Can only push it onto the post, and wow, Lucas perhaps should have done a bit better. It was an excellent header from the captain. Bali, strong right hand. Here's Caesar onto Bala. Bala back into Caesar. Caesar's, well, I was going to say brought down. The referee says no. He had to get it right. Tackles flying in now, left, right, centre. Shabab Al Ahli, can't believe they weren't given a free kick there. Here it is. Well, it's that man again, Khalid Ibrahim, living life on the edge. And then a push. Vieira. Referee's given it in favour of Sharjah. As the first half comes to an end. We've had 4 goals, 2 penalties, 4 yellow cards. And it has been a real cup tie. Both teams going at it. And I would be amazed if both teams finish with 11 players the way this is going at the moment. Looking for Lima, does get the flick on. Caesar picks up the second ball. Bala keeps it moving. Again, another needless free kick. This time it's Coronado. Oh, blatant, cynical from Coronado. Just got the wrong side. The big Brazilian. Opportunity here for Shabab Al Ahli to seize the initiative before half-time. All eyes on the 4th official. It's going to be Yuri Caesar. It short, it's Cartabia. Looks to clip it towards the back post. It's well worked, but just over hit at the end. Just too far for Renan da Silva. Goal kick Sharjah. So there will be 4 minutes of added time at the end of this first half. Both managers deep in thought. Jose Morales is making a few notes. team have fought back. They went behind after 3 minutes on that Cartabia penalty. Caio Lucas equalised from the penalty spot after 26 minutes. Luan Piera, a wonderful finish, making it 2-1. 7 minutes later, Renault bringing the game back level. Sharjah just edging possession. Suhoor just getting caught underneath the ball. And Yuri sees it again, getting the full force. Cartabia taken early. Coronado goes with the runner. Bala, he shoots from distance, his shot charged down. Will be a corner. It was well worked from Shabab Al Ahli. Just trying to catch Sharjah on the heels, and very nearly did. Two minutes of the 4 gone. Cartabia swing this ball in left-footed again. Towards the back post, keeper does get a touch and palms it behind. Another corner, Shabab Al Ahli. Did well in the end, Al Hassani. Cartabia's going to come all the way across to take this. Inside the last minute. Manic wrestling for some space in towards the near post. It's a good save from the goalkeeper, and it's been bundled in. For a second, I thought it had been pushed back over the line. We'll see here from the replay. It's excellent hands here. Well, at a second glance, it looks very close indeed here. Hassani parries it. Collision with his own player, in the end just managed to claw it back. All eyes on the referee now. Time is all but up at the end of this first half. And there it is, he blows the whistle for the end of the first half. It's been an intriguing first half, end-to-end stuff. A heated encounter, an encounter that's brought us 4 goals, 2 penalties, and a goal line clearance. We still have another 45 minutes to come. We shall see you in the second half very shortly. Don't go away.
Who was Lucas? Well, what a first half. We wanted that cup final atmosphere. We've certainly got it. 4 goals to start the first 45 minutes of this season's EmaarSuperCup. Terrific stuff. How are we going to fit all this into half-time to talk about it? But it started like a flash, didn't it? The fastest goal in Super Cup history. Just 145 seconds. Yumin Chu causing the foul. Cartabia slapping it home to make Shabab Al Ahli early leaders in the EmaarSuperCup. But that lead lasted only just over 20 minutes before Shabab Al Ahli were the masters of their own downfall. We thought at first there was a question about the ball crossing the line. The Venezuelan referee, though, went over to look at the foul, which he gave, and Caio Lucas scoring the equaliser, becoming only the second player to score in a Super Cup for 2 different teams. Guess who was the first player to do that? Ibrahim Diaki. But the goals didn't end there. A brilliant finish from Luan Pereira on 29 minutes putting Sharjah ahead. The first time the Super Cup has had 3 goals inside the first 30 minutes, but we weren't done. Breno with the last goal of just the first half on 37 minutes. 2-2 it stands in the EmaarSuperCup. We wanted entertainment. My goodness, we've certainly got it. Breathless stuff there. Ibrahim, excuse me. Let's start with you first. Kyle Lucas equaling your record of scoring in the Super Cup in 2 different teams. But the match as a whole, we kind of expected something, didn't we, in this first half? We were looking at 2 attacking lineups. Goodness me, they've provided some entertainment.
Yeah, definitely, Grant. What a terrific first half. We could see both teams, they're not holding back. As I was expecting, it will be an open game. And of course, both coaches, they're looking for that cup. They really want to win it. You can see a lot of engagement, a lot of fighting for the ball, the second ball. And what a terrific first half.
If this was a boxing match, they'd just be even on points at this stage, wouldn't they? They're getting some blows in on each other, but then coming back and equalising, and there's nothing to pick between the 2 sides here.
And no knockouts. I'm tired emotionally. It's been a roller coaster the first half. Viewers' discretion. The second half will not be for the faint of heart, for sure. Very intense, very intense. And it was expected to be intense, mostly from Sharjah. More cerebral from Shabab Al Ahli, more intense from Sharjah because, as we said before the match, is their last chance of getting a trophy this season. High and organized pressure by Shabab Al Ahli paid off, and they scored early. And usually that sets the tone for a match like this. But as I said, it's unpredictable, and it was because Sharjah came back from that early disadvantage, showing signs of health in terms of their morale right now, which is good for them because they are not having the best of the seasons. So it's very healthy from them to show that they can come back from an early disadvantage, somehow a mistake, a forced mistake, but a mistake. So I think it was a very interesting first half. I think the second half will be even more interesting, probably.
So obviously we could talk about so many moments in that first half that weren't goals as well. But let's focus on the goals then. This quickest goal in Super Cup history. Yumin Cho with the foul then, Ibrahim. Talk about this first goal. It was exactly the opposite of what Jose Moraes would have asked his defence to do. It was a bit of a rash challenge early on. We immediately said, watching it, didn't we, that, well, that's a penalty straight away.
Yeah, it was visible that he touched completely the leg of Bala. But that's what we said before in the beginning. It's very important to be focused because the beginning of the game like this, making this kind of foul, is lack of concentration. So, but I think Sharjah could have the character and to come back, and they did it in such a fashion way. And I feel like, as Pedro said, second half will be much open, and we'll see more actions.
Just mistimed his challenge there, didn't he, the defender? Just got it all kind of wrong. Maybe the excitement of the moment, the blood rushing to the head early on in the game.
And the high and organized pressure by Shabab Al Ahli. When you press high, you need to be organized. If not, it can be suicidal, because then your opponent, if your opponent breaks the first line of pressure, then you have open field to progress. So Shabab Al Ahli does this very well. When they press high, they usually press in a very organized way and in an intense way. And Sharjah was caught a little bit in the moment. And Yumin Shaw made the mistake out of desperation. I think it happens.
It was too early.
It was very early, but against Shabab Al Ahli, we must be careful with this because they press from the start and they have the players to do that.
But then credit, obviously, to Sharjah to get over the shock of conceding so early and come back into it and create the chances where they themselves got the equaliser from the penalty spot as well. Kyle Lucas doing what he always seems to do from the penalty spot. It was a neatly taken penalty as well, but nothing that Sharjah didn't deserve at that point.
Yeah, I would like to come back on the goal of Luan Pereira. What a great goal. The combination, you can see the long ball. Manaj coming into the midfield, giving one touch for Caio. Caio put in the space for Luan Pereira. That's very well done, and it shows that the coach Moraes he practiced in the training, because you can understand the way the combination how they understood each other, and that was a great goal there. But something both teams they need to be careful, because I see a lot of aggressivity, a lot of fighting in the especially in the midfield. One of the team will take a red card, and it will be really bad for them. They need to be careful a bit on that one, that action. What an amazing combination there. They understand each other. They could see the movement, and what a great goal.
Terrific finish as well from Laurent Pereira. Didn't control it, just a first-time hit on the volley as well.
Yes, but let me highlight for me the key player on both goals for Sharjah, Ray Manage. We were talking about that before the match, about the striker and the role of a striker. In the Laurent Pereira's goal, he flicks and he wins the duel, the aerial duel. So he acts like a reference, like a striker. So it's not just about the goals. He has not scored any goal, but he was involved in both goals. The importance of having a striker is not just the goals he produces. Of course, that's his main task. It's also his role on the pitch. And you have strikers that will only be important in a match if they score. And you have other strikers that even if they don't score, like it's the case of Ray Manage in this first 45 minutes, they are very important. They are key to the outcome of the match because of their role. He wins the duel, and then after that, Shabab Al Ahli is already in trouble, and they could not stop. And then the penalty is also on him because he's there waiting for his chance, and the defender had to bring him down. So that's the importance of having a striker inside the box, a target man, which Shabab Al Ahli has not.
Remember, Graham, I say Moraes, he has his striker. Shabab Al Ahli, they don't have the striker.
No, they don't.
So the same movement that happened with Manage, Sardar used to do it when he was in the field. He's the type of striker, as Pedro just said, he can come into the midfield, keep the ball, let the other player arrive or use the space, and Sharjah there in that action is done perfectly.
Right now, Shabab Al Ahli is already, we can compare a little bit with what Wahda, we talked so many times about Wahda. They have an amazing front line. The players they have up front, amazing quality, all of them. But they don't have a striker. It's about the role, it's about the characteristics, not the quality of the players. The quality of the players is great, but they don't have a player for that.
And you see there with Sharjah as well, that's just 3 touches from the halfway line and the ball's in the back of the net. And as you say, Shabab Al Ahli perhaps struggling to have that. But out of the 4 goals that we've had already in this first half, that was the only one out of open play. We've had 2 penalties, and then the last equalising goal from Breno was from a set piece as well. So obviously something Shabab Al Ahli have been working on off the training ground. They didn't get it out of open play, but they have got the equaliser. And it's a real well-worked one as well. Caltabia over to Yuri Cesar and then finished off by Breno.
Ram, I've played so many times against Shabab Al Ahli. Set pieces, they know how to master it. They every time they're dangerous. And they have so many playmakers, or lefty I will call. For example, Katabia, and before they had the number 10, he could take any free kick in any corner. And they know how to move. And this, they practice it in the training.
Ugo Viana was amazing.
Ugo Viana, I can name many more. And they know where to move and when to move. And they make always difference. And they're very dangerous on set piece. That's why I mentioned earlier, this type of games is decided by the set pieces.
Look at that. Yuri Cesar totally unmarked at the back, and it was the plan, obviously, to send the ball over to him.
It's picking up on what Ibrahim was saying. You can clearly see on Shabab Al Ahli training groundwork. Yeah. Clearly, it's obvious, because nothing is left by chance. Nothing is left by chance. In the offensive set pieces, nothing is left by chance. In the offense, but also nothing is left by chance, and then the possible defensive transition. Yeah. Because if we look around, not just where the ball is falling, if we look around, they are also prepared to lose the ball and then to react quickly. So nothing is left by chance. Great work by Paulo Sousa and his technical team, by the way. And also great work for the players, because you need players to execute. That is true. You can be an amazing coach if you don't have the players, and mostly here the delivery. the player who will be in charge of the delivery, it's important, very important.
Well, interesting you say that, because obviously here at half-time it's stalemate between the two. Stale doesn't seem to be the right word. It's anything but that, but they are all square going into it. So is there somebody off the bench who can come on now and make the difference? Let's take a look at the two benches here. And is there anybody that either manager can call upon here who might make the difference to the outcome of the EmaarSuperCup here this evening?
Probably, I think in Sharjah, Ousmane Kamara might come in the second half to boost the offensive line of Sharjah. And for Shabab Al Ahli, I think the coach will keep a bit the same players to see a bit how the thing will go. Yaya Ghassani, of course, can come on the right flank to make a difference there. And Gaston Suarez also. If, for example, Shabab Al Ahli score one goal, to control the midfield, he can put Gaston Suarez to control a bit more there.
I would highlight two players from each side that can change the scope. One is number 21, Sultan Adel for Shabab Al Ahli, because he's a striker.
Yes.
He can be a reference inside the box.
Yes.
And despite not playing much for Shabab Al Ahli, he has played also for the national team, and he is a good player. I think he's a good player, and with time and confidence, he can be a good striker. And Harib Abdallah on Sharjah, because Harib Abdallah, with the speed he has and his irreverence and his technical quality, can be an agitator and can completely turn things around for Sharjah. So these two players, of course, Yahya Al Ghassani, Ousmane Kamara, all the others, Guilherme can also help a lot and can create problems, but these two players from each side can change the scope of things.
But one thing I would like to add, the way how I saw Sharjah started the lineup, I say that Majid, he might be alone in the midfield, but I'm very impressed with the way how the four midfielders of Sharjah, they're coming back in the midfield to close completely the space. Because if you give enough space to a player like Cartabia, they can make the difference, and they're doing that perfectly. Ben Arbi, Caio, Luan Pereira, and the fourth one, they have a good compatibility. They're moving together, they go forward together, and they come back together.
Solidarity among them.
Yes, exactly, and that's helping them a lot.
Yeah.
What do we say is the characteristic then of going into the second half? Because it's so even, isn't it? They've both had their mistakes, both given away a penalty, both repaired the damage by a goal as well to equalise. Is there anything you're seeing where one team just has the edge going into the second half?
No, the thing is, Graham, we have seen some mistakes in the first half, and as the match progresses, then fatigue will come into play. Around minute 60, 65, fatigue will come into play, both physical but mostly mental fatigue.
Yeah.
And when mental fatigue steps in on the pitch, we will have even more mistakes and probably more goals.
I don't think the fatigue will come in. When is this type of cup, you forget completely about the fatigue. You will fight till the end. And it's visible, the way out in the midfield, the duels are, they're fighting for every single ball. So when in this type of game, I know your mentality completely switch, because you're in the mode that you really want to win.
Yeah.
So the fatigue is something that can come at the last moment.
But anyway.
Okay. All right, thank you very much. We've got to go back over to the second half. We've already had 4 goals. What more can happen? The EmaarSuperCup second half. We're locked at 2-2. Somebody has to win. Back to Ian Burstow.
Salam alaikum and welcome back to the EmaarSuperCup final here at the Al Maktoum. It is 2-2. Sharjah taking the lead. Sorry, Shabab Al Ahli taking the lead after 3 minutes with a Cartabia penalty. himself scoring from the penalty spot after 26 minutes to make it 1-1. Sharjah taking the lead for the first time through a wonderful strike from Vieira to make it 2-1. And Bueno, 7 minutes later, equalised, make it 2-2. But we are back underway here now in the second half. Shabab Al Ahli playing from right to left in the red. Here's Santos driving down the subs, come all the way through, and it's been hit over. What a start that would have been, it should have been. Brilliantly worked down the left-hand side, pulled across. Had to be. Lima leaning back, just had to get it on target. See, Bali thought about it. Lima, a smile on his face, but he should have given Shabab Al Ahli the lead here. Just joining us, this fixture, of course, has been dominated by Shabab Al Ahli in recent years. Sharjah haven't beaten Shabab Al Ahli this year. Here's Bueno, skips away from one. Here he sees it to Cartabia. Santos. Samovic. Just overhit, but it comes to Santos. To Caesar. Santos again, trying to find a bit of space, but just overplays it ever so slightly, the fullback. And it gets caught. Pulling back the goal scorer, Juan Pereira. Skill initially to get away from Ben Larbi. Got dragged back. A little bit too much to the Brazilian. There will be penalties tonight if needed. Shabab Al Ahli winning this last season against Al Wasl on penalties. Opportunity here to deliver, comes to the back post to Pierre, and in the end does find a little bit of space, but always going to be very difficult to get that on target. These two teams have already played out a penalty shootout last season. It was in the AFC Champions League 2. Winning that 1-6-3. As our drone flies around the Al Maktoum. Fans who have made the trip have treated to some wonderful goals so far. It was a scrappy first half from both teams. High intensity, lots of tackles flying in. Needless fouls given away. Does well. To Matias Silva. So no changes at half-time. We are as we finished. Paulo Sousa, his 66th match in charge of Shabab Al Ahli. 43 wins, 13 draws, only 9 losses. That's in all competitions. Golden period for Shabab Al Ahli, but they're up against it here against Sharjah, and that was ambitious in the end. Allows Santos to come away with it. Bala, he was brought down for the penalty in the first half. Clip it over the top, looking for Lima. Hasn't got any support, Lima. Wanted the free kick. Assistant referee not having any of it. Some records being broken here this evening. Caesar does well, manages to skip round and manages to get his shot off. Feels there's perhaps a little bit more in it. There was a little bit of pulling and shoving going on. Shaheen Abdullah, he's on a yellow card, needs to be careful. Shabab Al Ahli, competition's most successful club, 7 titles. This is Sharjah's 5th Super Cup appearance. 2 wins and a 4th between these 2 teams. Would you believe it? This is their 8th meeting of 2025. Going to slide that ball in, comes all the way through but cleared. Managerial unable to get on the end of it. He's been quiet, the Albanian. From him, Sharjah. Here's Melawi. Caesar. Needs support, wanted it going forward, didn't really have it. Had to go sideways in the end, but he's got the ball back. A loose pass given away, chance for Kyle Lucas to counter. Coronado. Lovely delivery from him and an excellent header. And De Silva to the rescue. It's a wonderful ball in from Coronado. Brought back from Corinthians, he left Sharjah, joining Al Ittihad, Saudi Pro League, giving back to his native Brazil, but he's back with Sharjah. There's pushing and shoving going on inside the box, and the header comes in. Will be a goal kick. Hit long, looking for Lima. Meloni. Kyle Lucas. Lovely ball out to his right-hand side to Khalid Ibrahim. Khalid Ibrahim's dispossessed by Bala. Far too easy. Brings him down, poor from Khalid Ibrahim. Gave the ball away and then gave away a foul. Maksimovic, he continues his run forward. Ball back here with Planik. Santos. Slightly more subdued, subdate second half. First half was frantic from start to finish, and referee plays advantage. Cartavia looking for some space. Silva stayed down. Bala whips it in with his right foot off the post. So close. Did well to manufacture the space for himself, get the shot off. As cheers go around the Al Maktoum, they want the ball to be played out. There's a Shabab Al Ahli player down, but Sharjah continue. Referee does have a look. Player is up on his feet now. The play will continue. It is Matthias Silva. And a live wire all game. Bala did well getting it onto his right foot. Just skipped off the turf, and I'm not sure Al Hassani would have got there. Wonderful slow-mo. The goalkeeper was beaten. The post wasn't. Still all square. The referee's had a word with Matthias Silva, and it looks so he's okay to continue. Lucas being marshalled by two Shabab Al Ahli players. No way through. Wow, Lucas taunting the Serbian. There's a few battles going on out there. Coronado. It's Coronado again. And Ibrahim has found some space on his right-hand side. They go back down the left-hand channel. Here inside the Al Maktoum Stadium. Coronado again sitting deep, quarterback position, looking to dictate play. Goes past Cartavia. Just charged down. Sharjah just looking to pile on the pressure here. Referee comes across and has another word with Yuri Caesar. No Del Tarat. Sharjah, that ball's clipped over the top, but it will run through. He's out injured, as is Munas Dabur. Shabab Al Ahli. So after 58 minutes, it is 2-2. Lima should have put Shabab Al Ahli in front. Lucas is playing on this right-hand side now. A feature of Sharjah in that first half. Lucas, Vieira, just rotating positions. Just trying to seal a few yards. Referee has a word, but he's looking to go long here. Towards Rejab. Albania just unable to get the ball under control. Lucas drives it across and does win a corner. Benlabi. Coronado wants it short, doesn't get it. Still demanding it, does get it now. Benlabi in towards the back post, lovely delivery. Just too far. It was well worked by Sharjah. Game. Renault out-jumped this time. One back by Cartabia. Bala. Renault onto Planik. Mark Samovic. This left-hand side, lovely delivery. Santos into Cartabia. Sharjah, nice and compact, making it difficult for Shabab Al Ahli. Nowhere really for them to go through. Looking over the top, Caesar. He goes down under pressure. Referee has a look at it. Maybe a goal kick. Sani looks to go long, but only finds the head of Cartabia. He wins the ball back. Khalid. No way through for Kyle Lucas. It's back. Caesar doing his defensive duty. He's been everywhere this evening. So start to sing his praises, gives the ball away. It's been exceptional, the Brazilian. Coronado. Maloney. Signs of any changes as yet from either team. Some movement down the Shabab Al Ahli bench. Khalid. Sabala this time back doing the defensive work. As I say that, it looks as though Majid Rashid, Sharjah is getting ready to come on. Possibly swap with Majid Sohor, we shall see. So, Bala slowly gets back to his feet. The referee has to do a bit of tidying up. There's another ball on the pitch in that far corner. Excellent work. Just comes into the packet, have a few words with a couple of players. So it's Santos, Luan Piera. It's going to be Benlabi. Drills it in near post and Punchway, ambitious from Coronado, and in the end, Shabab Al Ahli will just clear their lines. Sharjah 2. Cartabia after 3 minutes from the penalty spot. Lucas equalised also from the penalty spot. And then Sharjah took the lead from strike from Vieira. To wait 7 minutes for the equaliser. Referee does give the free kick. And it's a yellow card. Can't believe it. He felt he got the ball and he might have a case there. We'll see from this angle. He counts himself perhaps a little bit unlucky. There is a substitution. It's going to be Ibrahim to make way. He's been replaced by Majid Rashid. Ibrahim just gave away the free kick and then played Renault onside for that equaliser for Shabab Al Ahli. His night is done. Exceptionally well to come away with the ball. He's caught. Referee wants to play advantage but can't. He pulls it back quite rightly. Good refereeing. Gave Shabab Al Ahli the advantage. It wasn't there, so he's brought it back. Been a real feature of Shabab Al Ahli tonight. Defensive work from their wide players, Bala, Caesar especially. Up and down, both flanks in both directions, been exceptional. Shabab leads the ball possession 46%. Season these two teams laid out a 0-0. Shabab won 2-1 and Caesar has gone down. Referee waves away the protest, not for the first time that Yuri Caesar's gone down inside the box. Tabia is brought down, so that will be a free kick. Referee just starting to lose his temper a little bit now. Coming together of the two players. It's a Sharjah 1-2. Up to Lima, he flicks it onto Yuri Caesar. It's been so effective so far. Bala against Majid Rashid. Caesar, Cartabia, surrounded by white shirts. Matthias. Goal kick. Better from Shabab Al Ahli. Sharjah just edging possession at the moment. Top, but it will run all the way through to the goalkeeper to play quickly. Santos, forced back, does well to find some space. Matthias Silva. Ray Manaj does the willing running, but he's up against it there. Just played around him, big centre forward. Here's Caesar in the pocket. Cartabia. To find Caesar, who does well to head the ball back on, but can't find a way through. Sharjah stand firm. Here is Santos. Still a bit of skill from him. Santos driving forward, no way round Managerial though. Planik takes absolutely no chance and puts that ball into touch. So throw into Sharjah, 70 minutes gone here at the Al Maktoum. Still a long way to go. Wonder how long before we see Yahya Al Ghassani for Shabab Al Ahli. Excellent form recently for the UAE in the Arab Cup. Lucas convinced the ball went out of play, but the assistant referee thought otherwise. And Larby just forced a little bit wider than he would have liked. Back to Coronado. Yumin Chu. Recovered well after giving away that penalty inside the first 3 minutes. Najib Rashid has some room on this right-hand side. Does get it now. Rashid takes that ball well, goes round Bala, but for the first time tonight, Bala stands firm. That's just giving Juan Pereira some information. Referee just making sure that the throw is taken exactly in the right place. Carlos Sousa deep in conversation. His technical staff. Change could be coming for Shabab Al Ahli. Lima had that wonderful opportunity straight after the break. He had to hit the target, blazed it over. Najib Rashid. Vieira, Zahor. Bueno. Silva. Mark Simovic just bounced it back into Cartabia. Just feel both teams know the importance of these next 16 minutes or so. Don't want to give anything away. The first half at times was frantic, both teams attacking at pace and at will. The second half has been a little bit more calculated. Santos to Bala. Cartabia up against Maloney. Wants to to skip inside, trying to find a little bit of space, drills it across, and it's turned behind by Yu Min Chu. He had to take responsibility for it, the South Korean. So easily deflected that goalward. Got it the right side of the post. So Cartabia comes across again. Cartabia whips it in, vicious, and Panic got his head to it but just couldn't direct it goalwards. It sails into the stand behind Al Hassani. There is some movement down on the Sharjah bench. It's going to be number 30, Kamara, Usman Kamara coming on, and it is Cartabia coming off. Benlabi coming off. So Usman on, Benlabi off for Sharjah. Shabab Al Ahli. Winner makes his way off, as does Yuri Caesar. He's run himself into the ground tonight. You can see the hug from his manager. He's been exceptional. Alamiri on for Yuri Caesar. Inside Estadala. And it's been turned in. Unbelievable scenes here at the Al Maktoum. Disaster for Shabab Al Ahli. Joy for Sharjah. A moment of madness. Misjudgment, a mistake. Sharjah reap the rewards. They have to regroup, Sharjah. They have to go again. But it is the substitute, his first touch. He's only been on the pitch seconds. A tactical genius. Is this the turning point? It was a long, hopeful ball. Keeper comes, doesn't get anywhere near it. Makes a real hash of it, Al Makbali. He's been exceptional all evening. But in the big moments, just got it all wrong. He knows he will have to regroup. Kamara, right place at the right time. Shabab Al Ahli find themselves behind, and now they've given the ball away. Sharjah come again. Vieira strikes from a distance and just wide. There is time. Still 10 minutes remaining. Santos. Every tackle now being cheered by the Sharjah fans. Shabab Al Ahli fans distraught to clear the ball. Cartavia, Bala. Kamara blocks it. Ricochets off Bala. What a dream start this would be. Jose Milish. Free kick, Shabab Al Ahli. Cartavia. Planning. Ball clipped forward by Renan. That's a strong tackle on Santos. It's a lovely ball in. Santos has been clattered by Shaheen Abdallah, and he could be in trouble here, the captain. Interesting to see what the referee reads this. It was reckless. He could be in trouble here. He's already received a yellow card. Both players were focused on the ball. Shaheen Abdallah already on a booking. Can't be flying in like that. And it looks as though it is going to be another yellow. Shaheen Abdallah currently receiving treatment. All eyes on the referee. You feel here, as soon as Sharjah captain gets to his feet, he's going to get his marching orders. Attacks evenly spread out across the pitch, slightly favouring this left-hand side. But there is the second yellow, which is red. And Shaheen Abdallah, it was coming, we knew it was coming. He's got no complaints. This was the first one, it was clumsy. And the second one, well, was even worse. Got it all wrong. So Shaheen Abdallah sees red. Chance here will be Cartavia. Time running out now for Shabab Al Ahli. Cartavia drills it, it comes all the way through and nobody gets a touch. It's a wicked delivery, just only needed faintest of touches, but nobody could get on the end of it. In fact, it was flicked on by Mark Samovic. Nobody could get on the second ball. Shabab, they win the ball back. It's going to be another substitution. Manager ringing the changes here. Looks like Igor Gomez has made his way on. Matias Silva off. So a straight swap there. Vladimir Ivovic comes on for Sharjah. He replaces Rayan Mancho. He's found it difficult to get in the game today. There's confirmation of that. Shabab Al Ahli, Igor Gomez on for Matias Silva. There's going to be another substitution for Sharjah. Has eventually taken place. So Vladimir Ivovic for Managerial. With the throw-in, taking as long as he possibly can to ball back in play. Ball pumped forward. Gomez gets his first touch. Needs to get in the game quickly. Saeed Estali. Santos. Bala is brought down. Just starting to boil over now. Tempers beginning to fray. Games going on here from both sets of players. Some glum. Shabab Al Ahli faces. Sharjah down to 10. Shot from Santos and just wide. Shabab Al Ahli felt it was deflected. Did it come off the head of Young Min Chu? There's all sorts going on now. Ball has ended up in the back of the net, but the referee is having none of it. Initially, a goal kick was given. The referee changed his mind. Shabab Al Ahli then tried to take it quickly, the corner. The referee was not happy of not having it, so it will be retaken. We'll get a second chance here. It goes short. Can't clear the first man, comes to Santos, pumps it back in. An opportunity here, here's Lucas. Lucas could put this game beyond. Shabab Al Ahli here. Brilliant cover at defending. Excellent work from Mohamed Juma. Brilliant pace and strength to hold off Kyle Lucas. Shabab Al Ahli have got the ball back. All eyes will be on the fourth official as we move closer to the 90th minute. Bala skips round 1 and 2, goes down in the box, penalty not given. Throw into Sharjah, deep inside their own half. Shabab Al Ahli attacking their own fans. Can Sharjah hold on? This will be a historic victory. 7 minutes of additional time to be played here at the end of the second half. Cleared by Majid Rashid. Bala. Untidy pass from him. Opportunity here for Coronado. Skips round Cartabia. Majid Rashid all the way back to Al Hassani. looks to drill it long. It will come all the way through to the goalkeeper. No mistake this time from Al Makbali. Gali over the top towards Gomez and into the hands of Al Hassani. Take as long as he possibly can. Every second counts now. Lucas just can't bring that ball down. Planic. Sultan Arab Alamiri now playing up front with Matthias Lima. Of course, Lima had that glorious opportunity right at the start of the second half. Put it over the crossbar. Bala. Back to Bala. Bala brought down the edge of the box. It will be a free kick. A yellow card. Brilliantly worked between Bala and the substitute. Estegalia. Maloney just blocking him off. In fairness, didn't really have anywhere to go. Shabab Al Ahli as well are going to make a last-minute substitution. Cartabia and Bala over this. I feel it favours the left foot of Cartabia. It is Cartabia! Off the wall. Corner. Yahya Al Ghassani is going to see some action. Well, it is going to be Cartabia coming off. His race is run. Cartabia started it all off. The penalty spot after 3 minutes. Ghassani straight on, straight onto the corner. Well, this whipped in straight at the goalkeeper, not cleared, still alive. Al Ghassani goes down under pressure, free kick again to Shabab Al Ahli. Shake of a head from Coronado. Feels a substitute perhaps is making a little bit more of it than there actually was. His foot was up, Coronado. So chance again, can Sharjah hold on? Again, trusted with the delivery. He's only been on a couple of seconds. Clips it in towards the back post. It's flicked on and just over. Too much on it. Sharjah hold on. The entire Sharjah bench are up on their feet down here in front of me. Getting the crowd going. They feel they've done enough. The mistake by Al Makbali, the missed opportunity from Lima. Have they cost Shabab Al Ahli? Bala towards the back post. Pjanic is there. Santos picks up the loose ball. In again. Cleared. Shot from distance, a rocket. Save, rebound. It's gone in. Can you believe it? The flag's up. It won't count. The flag is up. It was a rocket from Said Estalia. Goalkeeper didn't deal with it. Has he got back on side? Pjanic, it's tight. I don't think he has. It's extremely close. Pjanic was the quickest to react. I don't think he's got back on side. It is tight. All eyes on the referee. It was a wonderful strike from the substitute. We wait. It is being checked. It is going to be extremely tight. The time is pretty much finished here. My instinct is he's just offside. It was a wonderful strike, a good save for the goalkeeper. Pjanic was the quickest to react. It was a wonderful work from the assistant referee. He had no doubt. Slow motion, it was close. Pjanic just didn't quite get back on side. You wonder how much time is left. The VAR decision. We wait. Still no decision as yet. As a roar comes around the stadium. It has come from the Sharjah fans. VAR check is done. Offside is the call. They knew. How long is left? Only that man in the middle now knows. So close for Sharjah. It will be a free kick. So the yellow card for the substitute taken quickly. Another strong tackle, and again it will be a free kick. Majid Rashid this time gets a yellow. Just starting to boil over. Referee gets a grip here. Is that offside? It's that close. There's still some pushing and shoving going on here. All smiles from the King. But it's not over yet. This has to be the last play of the game. All the Shabab Al Ahli players are inside Sharjah half. It will be Al Ghassani. Delivery has to be on point here. Referee gets settled. Al Ghassani. Still waiting. Referee just confirming who was cautioned before. The tension. Referee is ready. Al Ghassani must deliver. Does do. Flicked on and just wide of the far post. Goal kick, Sharjah. Surely that's it. That was the opportunity. They've had chances here, Sharjah. They haven't taken them. The mistake from Ahmed Bali gifted Sharjah the goal. The missed open goal from Matthias Lima. The entire Sharjah bench on the edge of the touchline, all eyes on the referee. They believe they've done enough. They have done enough. It's all over. Sharjah win. They are Super Cup champions. Boy, do they deserve it. They never gave up. Shabab Al Ahli have been beaten. Kayo, Luan Pereira and Kamara, the goal scorers for the King. Cartabia and Breno for Shabab Al Ahli, but it just wasn't enough. They had the chances, Shabab Al Ahli. They just didn't take them.
Congratulations then to Sharjah. What a dramatic night. The EmaarSuperCup in Dubai didn't disappoint, did it? What an evening of entertainment and drama. Heartbreak for the Shabab Al Ahli fans, but joy for the Sharjah fans. Their third EmaarSuperCup, and what a night it was too. Wissama Kamara getting the final goal of all 5 we've had this evening. Jose Moraes, he's only been with the club, what, 10 days? And he's already lifting a piece of very important silverware. Ibrahim, let's get your instant reaction to what was a quite extraordinary EmaarSuperCup.
Very, very satisfying game. It was from the beginning till the end. I really enjoyed it, and we saw 2 teams like they were fighting from the beginning. And it's very well deserved for Sharjah, because I could see that they had more fighting spirit. Offensively, they were there. Defensively, and they were very aggressive. And I think that made a difference. And I have to give credit to Coach Jose Moraes. He put the right tactic in place, because, as I say, offensively, the 5 players that were in front, they were coming for that victory. That's why they created many chances. And they scored 3 goals. And I think the last mistake from the goalkeeper of Shabab Al Ahli, it can happen. That's why I spoke about the focus. And normally it should not happen, but it's just a final. And especially the Super Cup, you have only one chance.
Often the case, isn't it, Pedro? When you get loads of goals in the first half, you often don't get the same in the second half, and that proved to be the case. Very, very tight all the way. Do you think it could have gone either way, really, here?
Definitely, definitely. We had more goals in the second half just by chance, because we had the opportunities. It was an open match. It was electrifying the whole way. It was very entertaining. So I believe it was another good night for the UAE Pro League scene in terms of the promotion of the game in the country, both on and off the pitch. Off the pitch was also very interesting, the electricity also coming in from the stands. In terms of the match, it could have gone either way, as you said. I believe Sharjah takes from here a great morale boost for the rest of the season. They shown good signs, mostly psychologically. More than what they played, it was, in my opinion, how they played. They showed heart, and that is good, because the rest you will have time to work, and during the training sessions, the upcoming weeks and months with José Moraes, you will work and you will improve tactically, strategically, all those aspects. But this part of the game, this you need to show up from the first minute, and they shown up tonight. So congratulations on them, Mabruk, mostly on that. In terms of their playing style, in terms of all that, they have lots of room to improve. As for Shabab Al Ahli, they lost on details. It's not, of course, it's always bad to lose and nobody wants to lose, but I don't think there's no drama also here for Shabab Al Ahli. They are competing always. They are competing well. They have a good squad. They miss some players with some characteristics, as we said before, also due to injuries. Aside from that, in the overall, I think they are doing well. And in this case, it was some details that eventually would give the Super Cup to Sharjah.
It's true what Pedro was saying there, Ibrahim. For Shabab Al Ahli, they're still challenging for the league. They're in trophies. They're in the Asian Champions League elite as well. For Sharjah, they also in the Asian Champions League elite and doing okay, but they're out of all the other cups. This really was the most important night of their season, as their league form isn't terrific as well. José Moraes comes in just 10 days ago. What's he changed in that 10 days to create this night for them?
You know, Graham, not only winning the cup was important for them, but having a new coach also coming to the team, and especially José Moraes, with the work that he did in El Wada. Of course, you can see that the fans of Sharjah are waiting to see more what he can do and how he can develop the team. And you can see already he's having his impact there on the team. They had a great organization. They were very, very well organized from the beginning till the end. The fighting spirit was there. And really remarkable game they did there. And I mean, I can see that in the future, Moraes, he has more to give for Sharjah. And that was very important for him because actually it's his first title in the Emirates. So really happy for him. And I feel like he's a smart coach.
Yeah.
Because the way how he put the tactic, it's not easy to play against Shabab. That Shabab Al Ahli is difficult to usually beat them, but he did it in a good way, and they took the cup.
Stroke of genius getting José Moraes to move from Al Wada up to Sharjah, isn't it? It looks like that decision from the Sharjah board has gone well already. Let's talk about Shabab Al Ahli a bit as well. Like I say, they've still got other things, more targets left this season, but this is bitter for them. They are like the kings of the Super Cup as well, the defending champions of it.
When you play finals, you can lose them. But I think it's better, like Shabab Al Ahli is doing over the last few seasons. Not just with Paul Sousa, even before. I'm not here just praising Paul Sousa. I'm praising the whole club.
I'm just going to break into you, Pedro. We're going to cross over to the Al Maktoum Stadium. Amy is there. I think she has Igor Coronado with her. Amy, over to you.
Igor Coronado, a wonderful performance out there. It was such a tough competition. It was a brilliant game to watch. You've got to be happy with that.
Yeah, for sure. Like we spoke during the week, we need to try to change our situation. We are a very good team. Obviously, this year mentally, we didn't start very well, so things start to get difficult. But we hope this is the change of rhythm. And I really want to thank God today because He gave me the power and the strength to be on the field. Without Him, I wouldn't be here today. So just thank you so much. Congratulations to all the players, and this title is for the fans.
Well, we saw a taste of what's to come against Al Hilal in the AFC Champions League. We saw it again, even more so here tonight. It really does feel like a new era for Sharjah.
Yeah, when you change the coach, and obviously he's brought his experience, brought a lot of energy, positive energy, so we will use this momentum to try to keep going.
And of course, it's only José Moraes' second game in charge. What's been the key change that he has made?
I just think his positive energy, and like I said, the experience he has in football, and he's brought in a new energy, so we hope to continue like that.
Well, congratulations. Go and enjoy the celebrations. Brilliant performance. Thank you.
Wonderful stuff. Thank you very much, Amy Gillingham there. She's going to get as much reaction as we can get. And obviously, we will cross back over to get the ceremony as well, with the trophy being lifted by Sharjah. Great reaction there from Igor Coronado, Ibrahim. And it was kind of what you were saying. It's the mental attitude, isn't it? That's what started this week.
Definitely. You remember we spoke about it when Coach Milos was in charge. He was having some problem how to put the player together. If you remember also, I told you, it will be very important to see Benarbi and Coronado playing together. And today, that the first, the 5 players that he put today in the front line, it was visible. I know that he was coming for that win. And you can see when Coronado is talking about the energy, he's talking about the impact, the discipline that the coach is putting into the team. It's visible. You can see Caio there running for, back and front and back, defending. Camara, even when he came in, Coronado in the midfield, Benarbi. These are technical players. Normally they're not runners. They are the type of player who really use to give the true balls. But tonight we could see the tackle they were doing. They were almost about to hit the player of Shabab Al Ahli. And I think you can see that the impact that Moray is having in the team is visible.
Thanks, Ibrahim. We're going to go back over to the Al Maktoum Stadium. The ceremony is now going to get underway. We're going to watch Sharjah lift this trophy. We'll have more chat and a bit more reaction afterwards as well. But now let's enjoy the moment that Sharjah have been waiting for.
الشارقة. ألف مبروك، قدم مباراة كبيرة وأبدع ويستحق هذا التكريم. نقول له ألف مبروك.
مبروك لوكاس كايو، أكيد لاعب فريق الشارقة.
والآن مع تسليم الميداليات التذكارية لحكام مباراة اليوم. حكم ساحة خيسوس فاننزويلا، شكرا جزيلا على الأداء الرائع خلال هذه المباراة. حكم مساعد أول فورخي أوريغو، شكرا على مجهودكم في هذه المباراة. وأيضا حكم مساعد ثاني لوبين تريالبا، وحكم رابع زايد النعيمي.
والحين مع تكريم حكام تقنية الفيديو الفار، نكرم حكم فيديو أنخيل مونروي، ألف مبروك. نكرم مساعد حكم فيديو ستيفان فاد، ألف مبروك.
ننتقل إلى تكريم مسؤولي المباراة. مقيم الحكام علي خلفان، مراقب المباراة محمد عبد الله الحمادي. والآن ندعو لاعبي فريق شباب الأهلي وصيف سوبر الأحوال للموسم الرياضي 2025-2026 لاستلام الميداليات. فريق قدم مباراة رائعة ونتمنى له حظ أوفر في المسابقات القادمة بإذن الله.
أكيد بلا شك يا سعود ويا جمهورنا، فريق شباب الأهلي حاول واجتهد لكن ما حالفه التوفيق، وبكل تأكيد
Shabab Al Ahli come up to receive their runners-up trophies. A valiant effort from them. They fought hard. In the end, Sharjah were just slightly better. They had their chances, Shabab Ahli, we know that. Lima the start of the second half, had a glorious opportunity. Somehow managed to put the ball over the bar. And the goalkeeping error ultimately led to their demise. A real shame. An excellent game as well. Al Makbali put her foot wrong. This is football. It just wasn't meant to be this evening. Sharjah finally have their moments. As the remaining backroom staff make their way up and receive their trophies. It's been a wonderful evening, packed full of goals, entertainment, drama, right till the end. So nearly penalties, not to be. Shabab Al Ahli, of course, looking for back-to-back Super Cup wins, but able to do it this time. The focus can now switch back to the league. Al Jazeera on the 3rd of January. Sharjah, of course, will celebrate. And now back in action against Al Ain on the 2nd. Lots more football to come. Cartabia. Finally, the coaching staff of Shabab Al Ahli, they make their way up. Sharjah ready and waiting. Inspirational substitution. And the new man in charge bringing on Usman Kamara. And with his second touch, stroke the ball past Mekbali. And here they are. All smiles on the Sharjah faces. They were down for 10 men. The remaining 15 minutes or so, their captain saw a second yellow card, but they held on. And soon they will be holding on to the EmaarSuperCup. Have his greatest game this evening, but he's done enough. Ben Labi, busy as always. Luan Vieira, a wonderful goal from him after 30 minutes. There is the new man in charge. It's easy, this coaching football. He's only been at Sharjah for a couple of weeks. He's already brought home the Super Cup. Now his job will be switched to the league. There, Lucas, there in the middle of your picture. He got Sharjah back into it, the 2 goal scorers. Kamara just going off the screen. Obleti not getting on this evening. There is the man in the middle, the goal scorer, the winner. Big smile from Majid Rashid, he's happy. And the biggest smile of all, the new man in charge. It didn't take long for him to stamp his authority here on Sharjah. He joined on the 17th of December. 8 days, just over a week he's been in charge. This is his second game. I'm sure they're not all going to be as good as this. They're not all going to be as entertaining. They are champions. Sharjah finally have their moment. They deny Shabab Al Ahli an 8th Super Cup title. And they will lift the trophy for the 3rd time in their history. This, of course, was their 5th Super Cup appearance. And once again, they've delivered on the big stage at the Al Maktoum. Just like in 2019, Sharjah have come out top against Shabab Al Ahli in the Super Cup. It is, or it does end, Shabab Al Ahli's dominance of this fixture. And Sharjah, their first win over them in 2025. Of course, the result built on discipline, patience, belief. They never gave up, Sharjah. And there is Shaheen Abdullah, the captain. Under the new Sharjah head coach. The plan has worked out to perfection. The goals from Kayo, Luan and Kamara. The difference tonight. Shabab Al Ahli, of course, appearing in their record 11th Super Cup. Falling just short. A venue where they usually thrive. But for Sharjah, it's another famous night. Sharjah are Super Cup champions. This, of course, is what it's all about. Months of football, endless pressure. 90 minutes at a time where everything was on the line. And now it all comes down to this moment. The EmaarSuperCup campaign has been a showcase of elite football, tactical intelligence, individual brilliance, and a collective spirit. Simply refuse to be beaten. The coaching staff have set the standard here tonight. The players met it. And the supporters, relentless, unstoppable, a wall of belief from start to finish. This is what it means. Shaheen Abdulaziz. Sharjah have done it. They are champions.
Shaheen Abdallah then lifting the EmaarSuperCup trophy, and the faces there of the Sharjah team tell it all, don't it? What a night that is for them after what has been a disappointing season, certainly in the league, out of the other cup competitions this season as well. But they are taking something very, very prestigious back to the Sharjah Stadium tonight. The EmaarSuperCup beating Shabab Al Ahli in a thrilling game at the Al Maktoum Stadium by 3-2. Pedro, didn't get too much reaction from you before we went to the ceremony there. Talking about legacy now for the rest of the season for Sharjah. What they can achieve perhaps isn't too much in the way of trophies, but how does this lead into, already they'll be thinking about building from this going into the season after as well?
Igor Coronado, when he was talking to Amy, mentioned momentum. So now they can build up on this momentum to improve their rank in the league. I think that might be one of the priorities to improve as much as they can. I'm not going to talk about titles, but of course improving. I think it's completely possible. And they still have the AFC Champions League, where they have a word to say. Again, to compete is not about winning or not, it's about to compete, because that's, at this point in the season, we cannot talk about winning it yet, but compete. And as for Shabab Al Ahli, it was what I was mentioning before we went to the Maktoum Stadium. They have a competitive streak over the last few seasons that tells us that if, of course, not everything is right, but definitely not everything is wrong at the Rashid Stadium. There is room for improvement. There is, in terms of squad depth and some positions where they need to get some signings, and the winter transfer window is coming up. In terms of the rest, they are a competitive side.
Okay, we're going to cross back over to the Al Maktoum Stadium. Amy Gillingham is there with more live reaction. I think she has another Super Cup winner with her. Amy, over to you.
I sure do, Ray. A wonderful performance here tonight. Of course, you were facing the all-time champion Shabab Al Ahli of the Super Cup. How does it feel?
No, I feel very happy because the team deserved it. After in the last 10 minutes, take a red card and all fighting together. We need to continue like this, play like a team and win trophies, because Sharjah is one of the best teams in the Emirates.
And when we were watching the game, we could really feel the intensity from the sidelines. What was it like to play in?
No, the coach, I think, and the staff preparing very good the game. Game is only final, and now need to continue like this because all these fans deserve to win trophies.
Go and enjoy. Thanks. 1 minute. We're going to go and try and get Kayo. Kayo! Quick, we're live.
Go, Amy. There we go.
What do you say to your daddy?
Good luck, Dad.
And Mabruk.
And Mabruk.
Kayo, a wonderful performance, of course. You scored very early on, an incredible performance from yourself and from the team. Your assist as well for Luan Piera. I could go on all night. You were incredible individual and as a team.
Yeah, like I said, when you put the spirit, when you try to do your best for your team, the things happen. And I'm very happy that I make a great things. I score and I make assist. Now it's time to enjoy with the family, with the friends, and just to be happy.
And you've been at Sharjah for a number of years now. Do you feel like this is a new beginning coming back to Sharjah?
For sure. More because the things that we passed this year, we know that we suffered a lot. And we work so hard to be champion, to win the games. Just I want to say thank you, God. Thank for my teammates. That we make a great job and we win the title for our fans.
Well, your family are here. Go and celebrate with them. Go and celebrate with your fans who have been here loud and proud all night. Congratulations, Kayo. Thank you. Back to you, Graham.
Fantastic stuff. Amy Gillingham there. Superb. Even the biggest superstars in UAE football, they wait on the pitch for Amy to come and chat to them. Brilliant stuff there. Ibrahim, what we got from both of those interviews there, again, is about the mental strength. And he also mentioned there about the last few minutes of the game. They had, they had a red card sending off, but they still had to hang on. Shabab Al Ahli were coming at them, but they did stay reasonably organised at the back and just... Oh, no, I'm sorry. I am going to hang on. Ibrahim, Amy still earning her money out there. Amy, who have you got now?
Sorry, guys. Luan Piera, a wonderful achievement. I mean, your goal, wow, it was incredible. How did that feel?
I'm very happy. Long time I don't make score. They say to the guys today I make score for help us. I'm very proud for this group because I work hard too much for take this champion. Now we enjoy with family, with fans. I'm very happy to be here with this club for take the champions all the time. I fight for this. Today, thanks God for this one. Now, enjoy with fans, with families.
Now, it's obviously a huge achievement here tonight, but it is a quick turnaround to go back into the league. Of course, you play a lane. How much of this confidence will you take into that game?
Today, very good for us. I talk with the guys. This champions change motivation now, no? Now, have one game very strong against Al Ahli. But today, enjoy. After tomorrow, enjoy. After 3 days, I found the line.
I think you deserve a couple of days off and just celebrate and enjoy the moment. And what do you say to Papa?
Say, bye-bye, thank you.
Congratulations. Bravo, bravo. Okay, we'll go and enjoy with your family. It's a wonderful achievement. And it's great to see Sharjah back at the top where they belong. Thank you. Thank you. Back to you, Graham.
Amazing stuff. Thank you very much. I love the honesty of Pereira there, saying he's having at least 2 days off before he starts thinking about the next football match. Sorry, Ibrahim, I cut you off there. We may go back to Amy again very quickly, but yeah, just talk about how this might move Sharjah on in the future.
You know, Graham, what I see and what I think, it's a new page that is opening in the great book of Sharjah already, with the arrival of Moraes. I could see different Sharjah today in that game. Very well organized. The discipline, as I say, was there, and his impact is there. When Coronado is talking about new energy, I know what he meant. I was in the field. I know the changing room. When the coach he gives the confidence to the player, how they feel, how they're ready to fight for the coach, and he did well. And I like also his interview, the humor that he has, when the way how he's calm. You know, in this kind of game, the players, they need that. They don't need to panic. So he could put that confidence in the hearts of the players, and you could see the fighting spirit from the first minute until the end. And what was surprising, as I say again, I will repeat it again, the five offensive players, normally they don't defend too much. But today they were running the entire game.
Okay, we're going to cross back to Amy once again. She's getting more reaction live at the Al Maktoum Stadium. She's putting in the steps. Is Amy. Who have you got? I think you've got the winner, goal scorer, the winning goal scorer with you now.
I sure have, Osman Kamara. You scored the winning goal tonight. How does it feel?
I am very happy, very, very happy. Team win, I am very happy. Very happy.
And I know you speak French, so you can talk as much as you like in French.
Yeah, I speak French. Je parle français. Je suis content, je suis très content. Ça fait longtemps, on ne gagne pas, on a gagné, on a pris le trophée. Et puis tout le monde est content, les supporters, on remercie les supporters. On est très contents.
My French is shui shui, but I'm sure you're very proud. It was wonderful to see you play. You came on as a super sub here tonight, and it's just brilliant to see you at the top.
But I speak all, je suis très content, genre je peux pas parler trop.
Speak English?
No, I speak French. I speak French.
Come. We tried to get Hassani, but anyway, thanks Kamara, well done. Back to you, Graham.
Wonderful stuff. Ibrahim, you're going to just translate that.
No, he was just happy. He says overwhelmed especially with the support of the fans. It was a period that it was a bit difficult for them. They were going through a period where it was between even the players, the club. They didn't have a good momentum. So now he's so happy that he scored in the moment that, you know, like a new era is starting again for Sharjah. So he said he couldn't be happier than that.
Kamara, by the way, he scored 61 seconds after he came on the pitch to get the winner tonight. He has scored in a Super Cup before in 2023 against Shabab Al Ahli, so he knows what he's doing. Let's have a little bit of a chat about Shabab Al Ahli as well and Paulo Sousa. It's certainly not the end of a season by any stretch of the imagination, but he will be so disappointed tonight.
But the circumstances, details. I don't think, when you look at a team like Sharjah, won the match and won the Super Cup, that does not mean that everything is right. And for sure they know that. Tonight they are celebrating, and rightfully so, but they know that not everything is right, like not everything was wrong before. Sharjah has a good team. Okay, you can question if they need a player or two or three with different characteristics for this or that position, of course, like any other team probably in the league. But they have a good team. From the start, they have. But in terms of morale, in terms of atmosphere, it was not there. And tonight, they had that. More than what they improved in terms of their playing style, and I believe they already improved against Al Hilal. We saw already glimpses of something new. Tonight, we saw it again. But that's not definitive. There's lots of room for improvement, and they know that for sure. As for Shabab Al Ahli, it's the other way around. The fact that they lost this match, of course, it's a final, it's bad, it's a Super Cup. It's not the end of the world because they are competing at every level. And again, they came to a final. They are competing at every level. They usually go to the latest stages of every competition where they are involved in. So they will need to adjust some things. They will need to be careful with the details, focus, concentration in these last tonight and the previous match. Lack of concentration in the last few moments of the matches. That's it. If they adjust that, they are good to go.
We've sat here for many matches and many cup finals as well. Where does this rank in terms of Super Cups and all the other finals that we've sat? What a wonderful advert for UAE football that was tonight. It had everything.
No, all the cups are important, and especially with the situation of Sharjah now, winning that cup will boost their confidence. They really needed it. It was visible from the way how they started already the game. And I like the sense of humor of the coach when they asked him the question about Shabab Al Ahli, and he said, "Ooh, Shabab Al Ahli." He made just you can see already there the amount of confidence that he has there, and you can see that also he kind of make the players understand that you need to go out there, give your best, don't worry, but I don't want you to come out from the field without giving everything. And they did it perfectly. And I repeat again, I'm really surprised to see the way how we put the formation, because it was not easy. In the beginning, you saw, I told you, having only Majed, it will create a lot of space in the middle. But the four other players, Coronado, Luan Pereira, Caio, and Belarbi, they could close all the midfield. And that made it difficult for Shabab Al Ahli to play. Yeah. And that's tactically, the coach had a great vision there.
He's talking about his sense of humour, Jose Morais. He is a real character, isn't he? Yeah. He's a great addition to the league, to the Super Cup and everything else as well. And I hope he stays around for many years. But as I was saying, the entertainment value in general tonight, if this is the first time you've experienced watching live UAE football, you'd never watch anything else, would you?
It's interesting, and we have even at the league level, we have sometimes matches like this. Again, the unpredictability of the outcomes. Getting back to José Morais, we have an expression in Portugal, a psychological whip, when the teams change their coach. I think it was a lot what happened to Sharjah. The energy, and they spoke about that. Many players already mentioned that. The energy, the morale was down. We could see that the individual quality was there, but the morale for some reason was down. And I believe in football, when the head is not well for some reason, psychologically the player is not well for some reason, for whatever reason, the legs won't work. So after that, talking about tactics or talking about the quality of the players won't matter much. And in this case, they have this energy and it's already starting to work out.
Okay, I think we are about to cross back over to Amy again at the Al Maktoum Stadium. I think she is ready. Amy, who do you have now? There can't be anybody left. Oh, here we go. The man of the moment himself. We were just talking about him. Jose Morais. Amy.
Absolutely. Man of the hour, Jose. We spoke the other day. You said you would be happy with a 1-0 victory. You've got to be happy with 3-2.
Yes, I'm very happy. I already explained this, and obviously that I'm happy for the players, I'm happy for the fans. It was an important moment in terms of winning, the energy that can turn the momentum of the team that was not a positive momentum. So hopefully from now on we will work in a different basis.
And you're up against Paulo Sousa and, of course, a very good, experienced team, Shabab Al Ahli. Does that make the win a little bit more sweet?
I think a win is always a win, and is always sweet. And the fact that it's Paulo Sousa, it makes it bitter because he's a friend, and I wish him luck also, and I wish him to win. But unfortunately, only one can win, and we won, and I'm obviously happy that we could win.
I mean, it really is a good statement for UAE football, how intense that game really was.
Yeah, it was important to show quality football, to show that we have some good players, and the coaches they can also present quality football in the pitch for their players. And this is, I think that is happening. The league, I'm very surprised. It's my first year in this league, and I'm very surprised with the quality of some games. And obviously, that Shabab Al Ahli has a wonderful coach, a very, very, very good coach, and is a very, very good team. But you also have other teams with quality. So we have 6, 7 teams that they are playing very good football. And if you take out these 7 teams because they probably have a little bit more quality, the other ones, they are also competing in a very good level. So I'm happy, I'm happy that the league is a good league.
And it's only your second game in charge. I mean, the turnaround you have made is incredible. What's the main focus that you've made?
Yeah, I focus on the people. You know, I'm leading people, human beings, and my purpose is to lead them to success. And lead them to success. It means that I need to understand them, and I need to take them from the position where they were to a different position, to a different level. So the process is not easy. It requires a lot of effort from all the sides, and I think we have a good group of players. They are making an extraordinary effort. I love the way that they are compromising in terms of changing things quickly because we didn't have too much time. The administration have been also very supportive, and the fans, for the fans, okay, we are. I'm saying that we want to be their ID in the league. We want to represent the people of Sharjah, that is a working people, and we want to be their image in a football pitch, in this league, and in the competitions where we are. Thank you for them. This is for them also, and I'm grateful that they came, they support the team, and I want to see them in our stadium, filling the chairs and the seats of our stadium with the energy that they want the team to play.
Well, I'm sure with the early on impression that you've made, I'm sure at your next home game, you're going to have many supporters there. Look, it's brilliant to see you have such early success, and we wish you all the best for the rest of the season. Thank you so much. Thank you. Back to you, Graham.
Wonderful stuff there. I know Caio Lucas got the Player of the Match trophy, but I think Amy Gillingham, there must be another Player of the Match trophy we can give to her. Superb work. Thank you very much, Amy. Just before we wrap up then, Ibrahim, your last thoughts about what does winning the Super Cup mean?
Great feeling, because it's an achievement. And as I say, it's only one-time chance. You cannot do 2 games. It's only 1 game. So I'm really happy for Sharjah. They did a great game. They were very well organized, and especially listening to Coach Moraes, you can see that the way how he's calm and happy at the same time, because it's not an easy task taking Sharjah in a critical period. So, and I could see from that game, as I say, it's a new page opening in the great book of Sharjah. We can see that in the future we see a different Sharjah, because that coach there is a smart one. He has great ideas. And he says something that touched me a lot. He based his work on the people, as he said. And that's very important for the players to have the confidence to do their job well.
He's a Portuguese manager. We'll give the last word to our Portuguese in the studio. He's a fascinating guy, and we hope this marriage between Sharjah and him continues for a long time.
It started off quite well. 2 matches, 1 trophy. It's a very good average. I agree. I totally agree with Ibrahim said. Apparently, José Moraes understood, and well, in my opinion, to work first with the human being. A player is a human being, and then to focus on the football. Because if the human being is in a good shape, then the football will come through. And José Moraes learned with probably, if not the best, one of the best ever in the game, José Mourinho. So he knows how to do that quite well. And I think it's going to be, from now on, a good season for Sharjah, or at least much better than before this moment.
Okay, that is all we have time for then. Thank you, Pedro. Thank you very much, Ibrahim, as well. Of course, thank you to Amy live at the Al Maktoum Stadium. And thank you for watching. I don't have to say, did you enjoy it? Of course you did. What great entertainment that was. Sharjah are the EmaarSuperCup champions this season. From everybody here at Abu Dhabi Sports, good night.